Hello and welcome back to the RaidzBank podcast. This week I am joined by Hoyt and Poplo. Welcome back, boys.
Thank you.
Hello.
We're going to be diving into all sorts of things this week. It's nice to have the boys back together. Of course, Hoyt and I had to take up the mantle last week. Scheduling issues again. We're going to run into those this year, but there'll always be at least two of us, eh?
It's good we have three for that.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
Hoyt.
Thanks for cutting me
ahead,
some
Poplo.
slack last week. You know,
Hey,
not making me wake
problem.
up at 6 a.m. to record was kind of nice. So
I only cried
you
for
get
a
up
few
at
hours.
You get up at 4 a.m. anyways, so it doesn't really matter for you.
oh, that's right. We talked a couple weeks ago about how I'm such a morning person.
Yeah, but at least you're up. You're used to it.
Well,
rooster
not that early.
crows.
Yeah, well, Hoyt cracked the whip, but we got a good pot out, so it's nice to be back this week. So we're going to do a couple clan updates to start, as we usually do. We're going to limit it to top three, or else it's going to get out of control. So we kind of just picked three that stand out to us. In fact, Hoyt did it this week, so he picked the three out. If you are interested in getting into this section and the shout-outs, make sure you check out our Discord in the link. It's in the show notes, so go check that out. And if you are interested in joining our in-game clan, it's RaidzBank, all one word with a Z. The system is pretty bad. Hoyt was, saying that some people have a hard time getting into the clan, but you kind of have to join as a guest first and then ask someone to apply if you want to join. So make sure you pipe up in chat so you can get into the clan. It's not the best system.
No, I was even trying to do it on the Gim this week, and I haven't done it in a long time. So I was like, oh, we hop in there, message Heartless on Discord to figure out how to do it, and he let me in.
It was that bad, hey?
Well, I to be fair, I didn't spend a ton of time doing it, but if you've never joined a clan before, it's a little bit like you don't know what to do. It's a little overwhelming.
Yeah, it can be. So
maybe,
without further
maybe
ado,
we should, guys, I'm just thinking of this on the spot. Maybe we'll make a little guide and pin it in the Discord. Just what to do to join the clan.
You signed yourself up for that, Poplo.
Okay, all right, I'll
there
do
you
that.
go. Poplo doing some administration work.
Message Heartless and let him take care of everything.
No, message
I'm
Poplo.
just kidding.
He's the clan
All
administrator now.
Take them to Poplo.
Despite, and that's so funny. Yeah, I'm a little sick this week, so I might sound a bit off. I'm not as sick as Hoyt was last week. That was an absolute cannon he unleashed upon the population. I was listening to it back, and I was like, "Oh my god, what was this?" Got me out of nowhere.
Great.
It was honestly for a little bit of comedic relief in the grind of going through the updates.
The best part was that I
those.
removed like 10 of those, but I think one or two slipped through. So
yeah,
sorry about
it
that.
happens. We're going through those growing pains still. It's going to take us a while. So let's get to our top three updates this week. So first of all, Smiley Prophet, he maxed his account. He's been absolutely grinding
Let's go
to get maxed.
GZ.
So
GZ, Smiley Prophet.
huge GZ. Yeah, I don't know what his last skill was, but he did have like a bunch to do at the end. I think it was Runecraft.
Runecraft, yeah.
He was like 500k, 600k XP away on like a bunch of skills, and he just did them all very quickly. So well done to Smiley. That's a huge achievement. And we made it out to the party, Hoyt. It was a fun time.
Yeah, good turnout. Lots of friends there. Tons of people on the Discord, so good to see for the community.
Okay, well done to the Prophet. Next, we have Zakmi returning to the clan updates. He pulled himself his Venator bow, completing it on 1,524 KC.
Holy moly.
Yeah, the shards 1 in 100, so he should have had 15. Took him 3 times the rate.
Yeah, but
it was
Jeez.
pretty. Because the drop rate, when it's not just a single item, it's not a 1 in 500. It's 5 1 in 100s. You're way less likely to go dry for it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how the Venator ring or like all the different DT2 rings work. Like it's really unrealistic that you go extremely dry. It can happen, and it happened for Zakmi. So Hoyt did some binomial probability, and he estimated about out of 1 in 160,000 people, only one person would have to get this far in the KC. So
poor guy.
That one person was in our clan.
Yeah, the
So
numbers
he
are
is
weird.
lucky.
Yeah,
He
very
is
lucky.
That's right.
One in
And that was his
160,000.
response. What a good sport. He was like, yeah, just grateful to be that lucky, of course, sarcastically, but it with the
Humble guy.
anti-dry mechanic, you're not supposed to see that. So he basically went like 3 times back 5 back for each drop. I'm sure they're spread out differently, but congratulations.
Yeah, but
I don't know if it was worth it by then. It's
I think
certainly
he
for
pulled
the-
2 in. I think he pulled 2 in one night. Like he was 3 out of 5, and then just boom, boom, got 2 more shards, and it was over.
Wow.
Yeah, nice.
Well done. The clan popped off for that one. It was nice to see. And then, of course, the third and final slot is filled by Wadpinger, legendary Iron Man in the clan, who finished all the delve uniques after 3,948 delves.
Oh
and
my God.
1,121 deep delves, pulling himself the Mokahito cloth. That's disgusting. I think he had like 4 or 5 pair of boots, and the same with IX and pets. Just
Insane.
really, really dry.
Yeah, he had like 4 or
That's
5 of each unique, which made me
was talking-
look up. The Dom pet is now, I think, the 4th fastest pet in the game to get.
That's crazy.
Obviously, that's assuming some really deep delves, but still, that's
Mhm.
surprising.
I was talking to some friends last night, and I suggested that I think Delve has too many uniques. I know it's only 4, like with the pet, it's only 3, but there's such good best in slots. I think they really only needed to put the Eye of Ayak on there and the cloth, and they could have saved the boots for the next raid or another piece of content. In my opinion, I think it's a little bit too much end game gear coming from one boss. What do you guys think?
It's kind of the next problem. That's the problem with Next.
Yeah,
They just dumped
a little
everything in
bit.
one boss.
Not quite as
Not as egregious, but
egregious as Next or maybe Nightmare. Like not as many drops to get. It doesn't take as long. But still, I just felt like, oh, here's an endgame piece of content. You're not going to get one for a while. Just dump a bunch of uniques onto us, where they probably could have spread them out.
Yeah,
I do like
agree.
having one big drop for each boss. Like you get the Eye of Ayak from, the Doom, and that is the thing there. Twisted Bow
Yeah,
is from Chambers. I don't know.
But the
it's
gloves
not.
are insane. The boots are
boots are
insane,
so good,
and
too.
the eye is ridiculous. It's like 3 insane. The eye's almost best in slot. It is best in slot at a few places over the shadow. Like it's pretty close to the shadow. It's not quite the same thing, but it does a good Bowfa impression, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems kind of nuts that all this stuff comes from one boss.
What do you think,
I think
Poplo?
that I think it's
Yeah,
no, I think it's awesome. I'm here for it, man. Like,
okay.
I mean,
Fair enough.
I think if they would have only mentioned 2, nobody would have complained. If they only did the gauntlets and the staff, nobody would have complained because that's freaking strong already. But throw the boots in there. I don't know. I feel like the boots are like more exciting to get now.
I agree.
So it's like,
because they're really good.
yeah, the eye was supposed to be like the thing, like you said, Hoyt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like there's an even better thing. Like you see that shiny tunnel. I don't think anybody's complaining about anything that comes out of it. So
Except your 5th and
your
6th
4th
pets.
pet.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, okay, but you don't get
Yeah.
the shiny tunnel for that anymore. If you get the dupe,
Oh,
right?
really? I didn't. Only for the first one.
Only
I
for the
didn't know that.
first- I think they switched it so that you don't
I
get
hope
a
so.
shiny
That'd be
tunnel
cool.
for dupes. But I think it'll still tell you in chat when you go to the next one. It'll still say, "Hey, you have a pet in there."
Interesting. Well,
I don't know. Maybe Wad can confirm that since he's completed it
6 of
multiple
them.
times.
Yeah.
Minus
Yeah,
the claw.
interesting. It's unfortunately had to go so dry, but congratulations to the man. Full best in slot achieved again.
Dedication.
He can go back. He
Mhm.
can go back to the Ultimate Iron Man.
Maybe some 2,000 keys in there.
Yeah, but man, then you could grind for the loop halves, and it takes like so long to mine.
Yeah, but you can AFK
No.
that.
Yeah, but still, you get like 10 pulls per hour. It's not good.
It's all for the face sit helm.
Off the clog. Yeah, the face sit helm. The half moon. Only one thing can make that shape. So, Hoyt, we should move on to your quick surprise here. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so we are going to play a short, brief message from a non-commercial advertiser. I'll put it that way. But it's not actually an advertisement, so make sure you listen. The boys have not heard it either, so they're going to listen live with us. And we'll see you right after this short break.
Are you tired of getting called a shitter for having subpar gear? Are you sick of feeling emasculated every time you equip your bone crossbow? Do you get called an entitled Iron Man because every time you enter the chest room you say, that should have been my purple? Well, hail Zeros, bitch, because your prayers have been answered. Hi, I'm Hirko from Keldrgrim Crossbows. It's time to upgrade your arsenal with a fine piece of Zeroshian weaponry. Enter the ZCB. This hand cannon will have you ripping 110 burgers faster than some dork on your team can ask if you brought an Elder Maul. Defense lowering specs? Not on my watch. What are you, a pussy? No longer will you stand idly by as your raid team prize those succulent purples from your clammy Iron Man clutches. But it only comes in purple, and it clashes with my Masori. Won't they flame me in 416? Oh, who gives a shit? Nobody cares if the carpet matches the drapes. OSRS's graphics look like a kaleidoscope anyway. Purple, green, pig's ham red, doesn't matter. You'll be sitting bosses faster than your RSGF can say, oh my god, is he pog tanking at Verzek? Now, I know what you're thinking. Can a noob like me handle all this power, this holdable howitzer? That's the beauty of it. It's as simple as red-clicking a boss, spanking that spec bar, then caca! Yeah, baby! Yeah! Oh yeah! Fuck yeah! So, come on down to Keldrgrim Crossbows. Stop losing MVPs today. ZCB, if you don't have one, you're poor.
Oh my gosh.
It's really funny.
Do you guys know whose voice that is?
Of course. This is Jamesh.
Oh, I knew it
Mr.
immediately.
I knew we were in for big trouble when we heard his voice.
Oh,
That was
my
beautiful.
That was the top tier shit post already, Hoyt. Well done.
That was great. We might have to bleep out some of it, but no, we're not monetized. Who cares? Thank you, James, for the
We
message.
can do whatever the hell we want.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, well done.
Did you
If
write
only
that,
you
or
could
did James write that?
James surprised me yesterday.
Oh
And he was
my gosh.
he was all polite about it. He's like, "You don't have to play it if you don't want to." I was like, "Dude, this is beautiful."
We
I love
got it.
Well,
Thank
That
you.
was
We know the
amazing.
man used to be an English teacher, so he knows what he's quite lyrical.
He's a good voice actor.
Yeah, it's
Great voice
very
for radio,
impressive.
yeah.
Very impressive. If only you could buy a ZCB at a store, that would be the dream.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
But speaking of 416s and specking, there was a stretch there in 416s where I would just join random teams, and I didn't even bring a Warhammer with me. I would just claw everything. It just had to be done.
Oh, man.
Very rarely would people pipe up, but once in a while you get a few angry people. But you know what? Just turn public
Block
off
'em.
and just go for it. Yeah,
Yep.
fuck them.
I learned that in Overwatch. When you're having a bad day, you just turn off the chat and play your game. Fuck 'em.
That's right. Hard luck DPS and just play your game. No problem. Well, nice, Hoyt. That was a great surprise.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Glad you
listen to
guys
that
enjoyed
many more times in this week.
Oh yeah, that's good. I think the caca will have to be a soundboard in the Discord.
Yeah.
We already have the file.
Uh,
Shall we get into what we've been up to?
Yeah, let's
Heartless, you want to start?
do it. Yeah, sure. I may as well. So I've been doing agility, of course. I have 100k left, and I'll have 99. So pretty
Really?
close.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah, I've been
GG.
ripping recently.
that's awesome.
Then what else do we have to do?
Wait, what's next?
Yeah, no, it's just
I think
smithing,
you were
man.
doing
It's
a
just
particular
smithing?
boss, weren't you?
Oh yeah, but I have been doing a boss. Yeah, I want to tell a little story about the agility first, though, if you don't
Oh, okay,
mind.
yeah, please.
So
This is gonna be super interesting. A story about agility.
come on, it's not that crazy. So we our school had a
Fifth
beach day
pet.
the other day,
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
where
Rip
the
it.
entire school goes down to the beach and we just chill at the beach and have fun.
Hell yeah.
It's always a good time. One of my favorite days of the year, but it's very tiring. So because you're in the sun all day, at the end of the day, all the kids are like sleeping on the bus back to school, and it's like a 20-minute bus ride back. So I was sitting, like half of them were asleep. They're all 10 or so. And the kid next to me is asking me about video games, and I was like, "Oh," he's like, "Do you play any?" I was like, "Yeah, I play RuneScape." He's like, "Oh, what's that?" I was like, "I'll show you, lad." So I whip out the phone, break it out, and show him RuneScape, and he's like, "Oh, this is cool." So he clicks around a little bit. He said, "Can you change your character?" I said, "No, but you can change your gear." And then I told him I'd been doing this agility thing, so he did a few laps. He did like 3 laps of the course, the arty course. And he's like, yeah, this is pretty fun. I was like, okay. He thinks agility is fun. But I mean, he's 10. He thinks anything's fun.
Oh boy.
And then he's like, can we look at some other like armors? I was like, sure. So I take him to the bank and I show him the armor tab that I have. And I just let him pick. I just say, yeah, pick some stuff and then throw it on. He picks the Blorva, good lad.
Nice.
Picks the
Okay.
Blorva out.
Uh-huh.
Picks out the red boots because they go with the Blorva. Picks the Infernal Cape because it's red.
Whoa.
Picks the Zerite Van Braces.
Interesting. Okay.
And then he kind of clicks around a little bit and he scrolls down and he picks the strung rabbit foot for a necklace. And he picks some weapons and he settles on the axe, the two-handed axe.
Oh yeah.
I can't even remember what it's called.
Soul Reaper?
Soul Reaper, yeah, of course.
Nice.
And then he goes out and he just beats ass on some arty guards, just kills a bunch of them. He's like, this is pretty cool. And then we end up shutting it off because we've been playing for a little bit. And then he falls asleep. So it was a good ride back.
That's
Probably
awesome.
thought you bought your account or something. Like, what is that guy
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, once in a while with certain kids I've shown RuneScape to, like specific situations, but there's another good Zulrah story I'll share for a chest room one day.
That's
That's
awesome.
But yeah, I've just been doing agility. I ripped some Yama with my friend Ryu and Ginger, and we actually pulled nothing together. We've been doing quite a bit of KC though. I've been kind of enjoying Mage only Yama. It's very chill, and it's only like 0.4 DPS worse than meleeing, and you barely have to think
Okay.
with a shadow. It's because of the new Mage upgrades. It's like kind of caught up in speed. So yeah, would recommend if you just want to relax and chill at Yama. Of course, you need max Mage, so it's maybe not as viable.
Do I need
Because
the
that's a boss you wanna
gauntlets
get-
for that to be?
You need everything for it to be close.
Okay. I was gonna say I've been
Whereas
meleeing
like
and
to
it's
get
like
a
difficult.
meleeing is like a lot more brain power. It's a lot more challenging, but you get really good DPS with much worse gear. You really just need some strength bonus and an Amber Light, and you're basically getting best in slot. But if you do have the privilege of being highly geared, then and you want to do some Yama Mage is good fun.
Okay. Nice.
Is Shadow like way better than Purging Staff and
Yeah, it's better. It's not a huge amount. I think it's like 0.5 DPS.
okay.
So you could do it in Purging Staff, but I've only really calced it with like
Yeah.
max Mage, right?
Yeah.
So like ring and full ancestral and stuff. So yeah, it's been a good time. I ended up doing a few solo KCs. I was getting like 5 minute 30 times, which is pretty solid.
Yeah.
And I pulled a horn,
Hell yeah.
Nice.
which is
Unique.
pretty much useless. Yeah, it's a unique. I'm just missing the
Nice.
chest plate now.
Where is
The
it
horn
used?
it's used in like I think 2 places, right, Poplo? Do you want to
Um,
explain them?
I don't really know. Apparently, it's used if you use it on the exact tick at Maiden. I don't know.
Are you talking about some karma
Some
nerd
karma,
level, high level?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, but those are like raids for people going for like extreme speed. So maybe like 10 people do that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really good at
For
like
the-
Helm. If you're trying to land Warhammer specs, someone
Okay.
sends the horn and people Elder Maul the melee hand. It's good at Yama.
Yeah, for the layman PVMer, it's good at Yama, and it's good. It's good at
If you're melee,
if you're doing casual CMs with the boys, one of you brings a horn to make sure you ZCB spec the Mudadile. That's it.
Okay.
That's all
ZGS.
you need it for.
ZGS.
ZGS, sorry, yeah.
Basically, the
ZCB.
Tanals ticks where you use it at 2 places. That's kind of a bummer, man.
Yeah, it
You
is.
think it's because
I
they're
suspect-
afraid to like drop anything meta shattering? Because this
No, I
whole
think-
on paper, everyone was pretty scared of this release. They're like, it sounds so OP. I don't know if they're
I
scared.
don't
of
think
it,
so. Since Tecton, I guess I don't know how to explain it, but we talked about like defense specking before. Like they're not fond of extremely high defense monsters that require a defense lowering spec to make significant or like even doable.
yeah, they've kind of gone
Tecton's
away
a
from
prime
that.
example. Tecton's a terrible if you don't hit a spec, and it's like fine, you can get through it if you do. They've moved towards like BGSing, like maybe things have 100 defense, and there's a cap on how much you can reduce them.
Mhm.
So guaranteed specs are just like less of a thing now.
Even like
And I
Doom,
don't-
they've gone away from it. Like people were using the Sentinel sticks at Doom to start, Just like,
Oh.
I don't know. It was kind of better, but then they're like, oh, you don't need it during car phase. You don't, and like, it doesn't actually do that much. ZCB is still just better. So I think they've kind of gone away from that in recent updates too.
Yeah.
Of having to lower defense, which is refreshing. It's very nice.
Yeah, I highly doubt they're going to add anything else into the game that requires defense lowering, like Corp or something like that. It's just not very fun gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess we'll see. But hey, I got it. So just in case it goes to the moon,
nice.
I know where to find it. Bottom of my gear tab.
Is that financial advice?
What about let's go with you, Hoyt, and then we'll save Mr. PVM Poplo for the end.
Yeah. I've been, stepping out of my comfort zone and doing things I should have done years ago on my account, like Revs. I am still on the Voidwaker grind. I'm doing Wilderness Slayer, and I've been getting Rev tasks. I actually got one back to back with the Slayer cape. Oh, that feels so good. But I am up to 627 knights skulled on task. The rate is 587 for the drop table with the Avarice or 3 weapons. So super dry, right? Just hit rate. Just kidding. But yeah, haven't hit that table, but I did get my first Ancient Crystal, and you need 4 of those to build the Obelisk, and they're pretty dang rare, so I was very happy about that. The second I got the crystal, I clicked on the stairs to get out. PK spawns, freezes me. And he got me before I got to the 30 line. But you know what, boys? I've learned it wasn't in the looting bag. The looting bag was closed, and I protect the item, so I kept the crystal.
Good job,
go.
Hoyt. Well done.
Sometimes you got to learn the hard way, and I have. So, love to see it. But nice. I'm evolving. I'm growing as a player, and I have to say, I know I should have done Revs early on my account because the money's great. With the new bot ban wave, the Rev caves are pretty empty, and in my head, the Revs were always this like big, complex task, and I think I said this last week too, but in reality, they're so chill. Highly recommend. I haven't done the orcs yet, Heartless, but I've just been chilling at nights. I love the lure method. It's brain off.
It's chill. It's chill.
Full TISM mode. You just sit there and shoot and collect loot.
I love it.
It's awesome. The only downside is it's boring, and I can deal with that. Right? I'm a RuneScape player. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But
Hoyt, I got some tech for you.
Okay.
So escaping PKers is one of my favorite things. If the PKer is bad, you can just run, or they're bad and they're on ancients. You run down, you escape, you leave the cave, you run down to the 3rd line, telly away. Shouldn't be a problem for you, right?
Right. Yep.
So
do
that's
that all
if they're
the time,
bad, or they have poor gear. But if a demon gets on you, like someone with Bowfa, noxious Halley, maybe full Arams and Serp, like dangerous looking gear, and they look good, and they have a Voidwaker and like a BGS, like they could KO you type level stuff.
Yeah.
Then I always run to multi.
Okay.
So I leave the cave and I bolt. I don't say anything. I just because I look like a pleb in my gear, and I assume you do too. It's even better if you have an Avarice. You run into multi, and you slowly make your way over as much as you can, and they won't follow you. I've only had one guy out of maybe 50 follow me into multi. It works really well. It works well too if they have TBs and you're not going to be able to run them south. Run into multi, they most likely won't follow you. They're too scared of getting smited by a clan.
So which way is multi? If I exit that top exit,
you run past past the chins to the east. You run through the moss giants. You run through the moss giants sort of like southeast, and that's going to get you into the best spot possible, into those trees area. Basically just bolt east right away, and they're always scared of coming in. They'll like far cast you for a while, and then as soon as you disappear, they won't follow.
Okay.
And if they follow, respect the balls, and you go down, it's not a big deal. What are they going to get, like 800k? They're just most PKers are the demons are smart enough to be like, I'm risking like 150 mil. I don't need to go and get this 1 mil PK, and unless they're desperate, they won't come after you.
Yeah, call in the boys.
Call in the boys. You can even do a fake call in if you think that might work. But I mean, most people that are smiting are on Discord, so
Yeah,
That may work if they have a small brain power, but you never know.
Interesting. Yeah, it's nice looking like a bot out there. I got snake skin on. I have no avarice yet. And I had one guy today, I was doing it this morning, he just said Iron Man, question mark. I said, yep, and he hopped. What a Chad.
Mhm.
And then
humble.
other people will see me and just be like, no, I'm not looking for a 700k PK right now. Like,
It's not worth the risk. Yeah.
So once I get the avarice, that privilege will go away, but it'll be a good trade-off. So yeah, that was my whole week, was just Revs, and hopefully next episode I can tell you which weapon I get if I'm lucky.
Oh yeah.
All three would be cool.
What do you want the most?
I want the mace so that I can go kill Vedion and Venatus with it. But I would love the crossbow most overall. But even the Thamron Scepter, I use it like Whisper. And is there anywhere else you use it for the spec?
Yama.
Mage
Yama? Oh, okay.
Mage
Yeah.
Yama.
I'm going to Yama.
There's a few places. Do you still use it at
Zulrah?
Akka?
Oh.
I think you
Hidden Tech.
range. If you have a shadow,
there's a
I
few
wouldn't.
places, but it's nuts for Wilderness Slayer if you're bursting, going for imbued heart and stuff like that. Crazy.
Okay. Yeah. I'm collecting the Laren's keys. I got a handful now, so once I finish Voidwaker, I'll crack all those at once as a reward.
Hoyt, it's also outstanding when you're trying to stack ecumenical keys. You can get like 5 and 10
Ooh.
minutes.
Okay.
Hitting 60 blood barrages on all the minions. You just blood barrage everything you see in the chamber. It's
Hell yeah.
great. It's great tech.
So yeah, I win no matter what I get off that table, so I'm happy. But yeah, that's it for me. What about you, Mr. Poplo?
What have I been up to? Well, last weekend I was gone. I was at one of my buddies' weddings. That was super fun. Had a great time away. Actually, this is a very, I don't know, niche audience, but I caught my first fish on a fly fishing rod last weekend.
Nice. That's
so
hard.
that was super fun. Yeah, one of the other groomsmen was a guide, like a fishing guide, and he taught me how to fly
Really?
fish. So that was super fun. Yeah.
That's sick.
Caught a nice 50-inch rainbow trout. Just absolute monster.
Jesus. That's awesome.
It was not 50 inches, but
Say that's
for all intents and purposes.
I don't think they get that big.
No, definitely not. But that's a good fishing story, right?
Yeah.
So that was super fun. In game, been playing the game, so I did some, I've been kind of following the Parasailer guide, but I strayed from the guide this week and did my own thing. I knocked out a bunch of quests, so I did the Beneath Cursed Sands quest line, and got my Nezzy Helm, and I think we're going to try to run a couple Toas this weekend if we can figure out some range gear or something. We're going to try to do some of those, so that would be fun. Probably just do like 150s to get gems or a thread or something, but who knows, maybe we'll pull a cheeky fang or something on the way. That'd be pretty sick.
Hell yeah.
Or maybe a shadow, I don't know. GIM luck. Possible.
Fang is like the 4th mega rare, especially if you're early game.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, going from like zombie axe to fang would be kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it would.
on the main, while I was questing, I've been doing Temperos. I've gotten pretty good at doing Temperos while doing quests, stuff like that on the side, and then just taking a break from Temperos when I need to fight a boss or something that actually takes more time. So I haven't done a ton. I ran a couple laps, but yeah, mostly was playing the game, and I also cracked open the deep rabbit trail that is farming contracts. Medium farming contracts on the game. And now it feels like my life is sucked into the farming void, because once I go and do an herb run or birdhouse run or farming contract, they're supposed to be hourlies. Well, then as soon as you finish up, then like your next hourly is ready. So you just have to draw like boundaries. Like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to not go and collect all my Limport roots because like they're going to be
The
ready
allotments.
so fast that
the
you'll just never get
allotments
away
are
from
what
it.
the allotments kill you on the farm runs.
Yeah. So
I feel like, and you don't need too many to like make it. Just try to. Most people just do like one when they get on, one when they before they get off, or just one when they start.
yeah,
That does the job. You don't
Yeah.
need to do like a shit ton of them to keep up with herbs and stuff.
right. Yeah, the only thing is that like I kind of felt like I had to for a couple days because I was running out of seeds because I was like just
Mhm.
starting, so I hadn't cracked open that many seed packs. And so it's like, okay, I'm planting my 3 strawberry seeds with ultra compost, and I hope they don't die, otherwise I'm gonna have to go and
Sit
pickpocket
there
master
next to
farmers for
them.
30 minutes to try to get the next 3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was kind of watching things pretty closely but I've got a good amount of seeds built up now. I've got like, I don't know, 70 watermelon seeds and I don't know, 20 some strawberry seeds, and just stuff for farming contracts was kind of the hardest part to like get going, get a little foothold. But yeah, I think we're doing fine now. I'm just gonna stick to probably doing a tree run and not worried about farming herbs right now because I don't have that many seeds anyways. So I just do the
Good.
contracts, Hespori, tree runs. Call it good. I don't need to spend that much time on it right now. So we're at a good spot.
Nice.
Yeah.
You starting to feel the Iron Man dopamine with the little upgrades?
It's kind of fun. Oh, we started doing a little bit of Royal Titans too.
Oh,
So,
Nice.
Hitting them with zombie axe and then sunlight crossbow. And
Game.
I pulled the ice staff piece pretty early, so that was pretty sick. I think that was like 11 KC or something. I got the ice staff. And we've been
Nice.
full sending the fire guy. And we've got well over 75 KC per drop
that's
rate.
so cool. Are you
And
guys prestige, Poplo?
what's that?
Are you guys prestige?
We are prestige, but I don't know if I
Not
really care about
intentionally.
it, but we're undecided right now
Okay.
on whether we want to keep it or not. And so just for keeping the peace and everything, I'm not going to be the one to go raid with someone else if someone else wants
Do you
it.
want to explain prestige quickly? I realize
Sure.
we probably should do that.
So in the group Iron Man mode, basically prestige is showing that you haven't like raided or bossed or anything with anybody outside of your group. So you're only allowed to like raid or kill other bosses within your group in order to keep your prestige. Prestige is basically just like you get a little star next to yourself in the clan chat, I think, or in your group chat or something. So I don't even know if there's any like external.
You can't tell right between one blue helm or
I
another.
don't think you
As
can
a-
just
as a-
you can
I don't think-
tell.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
just
think
a
high
high score,
scorers
right?
either. I don't know.
That's a
No.
different high score, I think.
Yeah.
Prestige
So
high score. That's it.
is there a prestige high score?
I think so. I thought it was like a
For
pretty niche
blue
thing, and
helms?
most people tend to not do it because
Temple
eventually their group
probably has
burns
it.
out and they
Right.
can't.
I think it'll happen
Um,
eventually, but one of the guys that I'm in the group with is like, yeah, it's still kind of cool. I think I'd like to keep it. And so, I don't want to ruin that for anybody. It hasn't really, like, I'm not to the rating level yet, so it doesn't affect me. I don't really care.
Right.
But if you're in a group hardcore, then you have to keep prestige. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure.
You can't raid with other people.
Right. You can't raid with other people if you're a group hardcore Iron Man. So if you're like locked into that, it won't let you raid with other
Really?
people or do anything outside of your group if you're a group hardcore. But we're not hardcores. We've all lost our hardcore status at least one time. So these
Hardcore
accounts-
that's for the content creators. Group hardcore.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've all
real
died
game
at
mode.
least once. So
Speaking of, have you guys seen the GM hardcore group?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
it remade already once. It's like basically
Yeah.
the five best, or not best, but at least 5 hardcores who've gotten Grandmaster on their hardcores.
I
yeah.
think there's 6 total, and this is 5 of them. So,
Yeah, I don't think
and Praisefoot has done it 3 times.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Crazy.
He's a
3,
gamer,
and he's
but
the first
I
one
don't-
to get it.
Does he even do content creation? though? I think he's just a dude
Nope.
that just plays.
Actually, Mookie Wookie streams on Twitch. He's a streamer, but
Okay.
it's very like, I don't think he's been a content creator. I think it's a new development
A new
as of
thing.
a year or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure though. But shout out to Mookie
Yeah.
Wookie, insane gamer.
Yeah, those
The,
guys are all demons at the game.
Yeah, but there's one. They've already lost a life. I mean, I think
Yeah,
it was
they
in
did
Toa.
rerun it.
Actually,
They did.
honestly,
they-
Toa's got it was Toa. They remade and then
remade,
they've lost a
yeah.
life in Toa.
Yep.
Spoilers.
Vic
Yeah.
lost a life. Yeah, rip. But I did watch the clip. I remember I was like, yeah, standard Toa. He's like not even running an extremely high Toa. You just get like one shot by everything. And I think
Speaking
Lake
that was
is
a pretty
running
that was a pretty bad mistake. I watched
Yeah,
the
of
clip
course.
too. He made a
It
pretty
wasn't-
bad mistake. That
Sure, but it only took 2 ticks and he was down, right? Like it happens quickly is what I'm trying to say.
It
You
happens-
should have paid
yeah, it does
attention.
happen fast.
Complacency usually gets you, but like, dude, Lake is running like 460s solos on his hardcore with a Bowfa
So wait,
and like
since
a bone
it's
crossbow
spoiled,
or something.
go ahead and fully spoil it for me. Who died and how?
Oh, Hoyt, yeah, I'm just gonna spoil every series you've never watched, so tell me all of them, please.
Well, no, they haven't showed
Vic-
the death
Vic-
in the Mutts one.
Wait, really?
just curious
Vikamapu
now.
died on
Beak.
in a
Oh,
solo.
no.
He died in a
Yeah.
solo Toa. It was like what, a 350 or something, Poplo?
yeah, I think 3.
Basically-
Yeah, it was around there. Yeah.
He was like dodging
he back?
waves. No, he was stepping back after the roar special attack, and he stepped into acid. He stayed there for an extra tick, so he took like 2 25s or
two hits of
30s,
acid. Yep.
and then he took an off hit attack. So he basically got stacked for like a 60, but he'd stepped onto the acid, so it was his fault, like obvious.
Oh,
And he had
gee.
a tick to telly too. As soon as he saw the
Mhm.
the projectile coming, he should have tellied.
Definitely.
But he stayed, and he
He
died.
stayed, got his prayer on late, and yeah, it was not humble. I mean, I don't know an acid if it has a
I mean,
max, but it's like
if you're-
25, 25, 25. He's dead.
Compared to
Blank.
like watching the farmers who have like been chanced 3 extra times for deaths already.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, Hoyt, I'm gonna spoil that for you as well. I think they've
That's
died
okay, I
once,
don't
but-
watch them.
I mean, dude, Mammal took like a 90 something Zuck hit, and then
I saw
Oh
that.
yeah, he
couple-
lived.
Bee.
there's been a couple other clips as well of them getting chanced in different places. I think
Oh,
Mammal got chanced again at Toa. That guy gets chanced a lot.
That's mammal. Yeah.
Dude,
They did?
I've nexted with him. And he died multiple times.
So they've lost 2 lives, right? The
I feel like he's just so friendly and chatty. He just gets complacent so quickly. He's a gamer, but only when he focuses. So it's tough. Yeah, they've got 4 lives left, right? No, I think
they
someone
lost
else
2.
died.
Yeah.
Who else died?
So Foe
Vardorvis, right?
lost the first one, yeah, and then Curtis died at Vardorvis.
Damn, brutal.
So,
Well, spoiler alerts for everyone. We're finished now, so I hope you caught up on the
Sorry,
series.
guys. Yeah.
Should we move on to our proper updates
Yeah.
this week?
Yeah, so real quick, some game updates. I got a few bullets here, but I'm going to try to rush through them, so interrupt me if you got anything to add. Player support roadmap, they released a video. Again, I keep talking about this, I'm sorry, but it's kind of a nothing burger, but they haven't talked about it for like 6 months, and they're finally talking about it again. So I think they're feeling the pressure from the community about, oh shoot, we made these big promises, we have to follow up. So 3 things they've accomplished: clear updates, transparency. I can definitely agree with that. They never talked about support before. Improved contact forms and the ability to track your tickets, and then feedback when you report cheaters in game. It's kind of that yellow message saying, hey, you've reported someone and we've taken action. Your reports actually go somewhere and do something. So
love that.
kudos. Yeah, good on them.
It's like
things.
real quick, Heartless,
Mhm.
you're a league player, you know, when you report someone and you get that message saying your report has been, or someone, they've taken action against someone you reported, you know.
Feels
Yeah.
good.
That's the best feeling, man.
9x the jungler. He didn't gank my lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone who disagrees with me, full report spam. Yeah, it's a big thing in Overwatch too. Is they'd let you know when, but you could. They'd tell you exactly what you reported them for, so you could kind of pinpoint it. Like, oh, it was that dude
Zaga.
being a jerk last game.
Mhm.
So, things they need to deliver in the coming months. So kind of their focus moving forward. Real-time live chat support. I'll be honest, I don't think this will ever really happen. It'll always kind of be AI, and then maybe you can wait 20 minutes for chat. But I think the amount of players they have versus the amount of support team, I don't know, but hopefully they could do that. The second is more transparency and flexibility in ban appeals. This one I think is huge because I was just in a thread the other day about someone basically people getting banned for foot pedaling, and I've foot pedaled a lot, never had a problem. So on one hand, I kind of don't believe these guys. On the other hand, if that happened to me, and apparently they never read the appeals, you just instantly get we saw your appeal and we don't care. Sorry. It's scary, and I know some high level players have been reported for macro minors, and the only issue is the first time you get a slap on the wrist, like 2-day ban, and maybe it's worse, a 1-week ban. But now that that's on your record, if you got a second false ban, your account's like pretty GG. I'm pretty sure it's just
you're done.
Over. So it's really important to get that first false one wiped off your record, so that it's basically a 2-strike policy. So that scares me, and I know people who have gotten banned the first time, and I personally believe that they were innocent. I don't know, but that would kind of ruin the way I see the game. I'd always be on eggshells about a second false ban, because if you play for 10 years on the same account, I mean, you could just get unlucky. We all know how RNG is a beast. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that whole issue?
I think part of the issue too is like, if you do get false banned, like, unless you're a content creator, there's nobody to listen to you. Like, there's nobody to.
Yep.
You can reach out on Twitter or something, but that is like your best bet. It's kind of sad that like Twitter is your best bet at getting a response from a JBOD rather than their actual support.
Yep.
So if you like, if that happened to my main, like, I would not know what to do if I got some type of ban. You want to go make a ticket or something, go appeal, but like, you're just gonna chat with an AI who's not gonna understand what's going on, and yeah, it's kind of frightening.
Very.
Yeah, it'd be full steam ahead on Croplo if that happened.
Oh no, that would be bad. That would be bad, everybody.
Yeah, I generally agree with you guys. Yeah, if you're false banned, it sucks. But also, there's so many people out there trying to take advantage of the system and be like, oh, my account got false banned, when they've like obviously done some nefarious shit.
That's
true.
So I feel like those people ruin it for the rest of us. But yeah, hopefully this roadmap helps in the future. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully next year or sooner we get some more news posts on how they're going to look into that and the appeal process, because it impacts, the most dedicated players because they're playing the most. And honestly, if you're a 200 mil all skiller, sometimes you look like a bot, dude, because you haven't moved in 6 hours doing the same thing, but they should be able to tell for sure with mouse movement and stuff. But moving forward, the other two things they want to work on are faster response times, of course, and expanded account recovery options. This one, I'm not going to lie, kind of scared me, because back in the day, account recovery was the whole way you got hacked. If you, account recovery was 90% of how accounts got stolen. And they changed the way they did account recovery. And you guys remember the memes online where everyone would black everything out because they were so afraid of account recovery. If you found out their time played or their account creation date, you could get their whole account. So I don't know what they're working on here. Also, most people don't know their internet provider in 2013. You could guess, but shit like that, I don't know. I kind of worry about the recovery options.
Yep, I don't really know where I'd start with recovery. I still don't ever show when I created an account, because that was part of it. When did you? That was one of the questions. Was when did you create your account? I don't really mind time played. That's, you can still option to hide it if you want, but I'll never show when I create an account or anything.
And also how would you? I know the month and year I created mine. Maybe that's all you need, but
I kind of figure as long as you're getting close enough. But
it's also good for getting people back into the game. I know some people, some of my IRL friends I convinced to play again, they were able to get on their account with like 90 Slayer from 2013 or 14. And then they're like locked in. They're like, oh, all my progress is still here. But they had to go through recovery because it was their old school email, shit like that. So,
yep.
I'm glad they're looking into it. I'm just nervous. I'm sure they're aware of the dangers though. So, moving on. The chugging barrel was improved. You can now load it from the potion storage and the bank. Should have always been this way, to be fair. Seems like now that Mastering Mixology has been out for so long, they're finally making it what it should have been for the rewards. There's a new Load X option for the multi-cannon, the Dwarven multi-cannon, which I thought was interesting. So I guess if you only want to shoot 17 cannonballs, that could work. I could see this for like snowflake accounts. I don't know, but
I don't really understand that one, but whatever, I guess.
Yeah, instead of loading 60, you could, or 30, you could just load 17. But I don't know either. All I can think of is like snowflakes who only want XP, you know. But moving forward, Barrow's Prayer Drained now shows a message in chat. At Tob, there's a new Bank All feature for the Death Chest. So you don't have to do a Walk of Shame, I guess, from the chest and put your gear on.
It's probably so you don't forget anything and die and double die in the chest.
Ah, okay. In case you don't have.
Because you usually, basically, when you wipe, which I've done many times, you have to gather all your gear and then go back in the chest, gather it all again. So it's just prevent, and then you're gonna have to go and rebank anyways. So it's just easier if you just dunk it all in the bank and re-gear from your tab.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, everyone's gonna just rebank anyways. So.
Yeah.
Because like it sucks. Because after the death chest, you have to like rearrange your entire inventory. It's just easier to go back to your bank tab layouts.
Yeah.
And pull everything out.
I think the other raids have had this for a long time, so it's good to see. The birdhouse now has a seed warning for the value of the seed. So in case maybe you're a new player and you try to put a dragon fruit tree seed, it's going to say, do you really want to do that? Are you sure? Or you're trying to put in, a Renar seed or Snapdragon, it'll warn you. You can change the value in the settings. So if you don't like it, I'm sure you could set the value to 99999 and be good, or turn it off. But I recommend just using
Snapdragons before. It was painful.
Oh no!
I was doing a birdhouse run with all my seeds in my inventory, and boom, there goes 10 snappies right into the birdhouse.
Oh no!
Oof. Yeah,
that's tough.
Oof.
Yeah, it's okay. I still remember it. It was like years ago now. All good. Won't do it again. That's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do herb seeds for the longest time because I'd always done like onion or hop seeds. Yeah. I don't know if you can do
used to be able to only put specific seeds in, right? Like only hops, but now they let you do basically any junk seeds. So you end up doing farm cat. Yeah, when you do farming contracts or if you do master farmers, you end up with like 10,000 potato seeds, and you can just use those basically forever now.
Yep.
Nice. Good stuff. Only 3 more of these, almost done. Improved set bonus functionality. So when you look at your equipment tab, the pop-up one, there's now a set bonus. The set bonus button has been upgraded so that each specific item shows a set effect. It used to just show you like the full graceful set effect, but not each piece now. It says the hood is 3%, torso 4%. So good to see that. I always think the transparency of like gear stats needs to be a bit better for like new players. It's kind of convoluted. You say anything, Heartless?
No, I think this is fine. I agree that the character window is a little bit janky in general.
Yeah. And like I don't know what half
we
the
end
shit
up just
means
using the DPS calc to like figure stuff out rather than looking at that.
Yeah, that DPS
maybe
buttons. Awesome.
Maybe it's for people that are doing these like unguided. Yeah, they've made quite a few like quality of life changes for people who aren't using the wiki. So maybe just making the game a little bit more self-sufficient.
Yeah.
In case, one day they do eventually release a single player version of it. I don't know. Because maybe that's something that we'll do at some point.
I've played for years, and now I understand what the attack bonus and the defense bonus kind of mean. But dude, trying to explain to someone your range attack bonus versus your range strength, and it's just it's so dumb. It's like, what do the numbers even represent either? Like they're just numbers, modifiers. They're not out of any larger number. They're uncapped, right? With each release, they get a little higher for best in slot. So it's bizarre because I could see a new player saying, okay, my stab bonus is +2, so I should be doing +2 on my normal attack. No hot takes here. That's kind of been the appeal of the game, is this old school kind of bizarre nature, but also at a certain point it just gets confusing, and that's why people end up just watching theatrics. Like, what should I wear for this? What should I do? And that's what I did when I started, and I had no friends to, guide me. So,
dude, that's what I still do sometimes. Like, I don't watch theatrics. Don't watch that guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. No. But I do watch guides on YouTube still for stuff. Like, I don't know, when I didn't know how to do Doom, I was like watching, the Monkey and what's the other guy's name? Mogul Kirby, and I just kind of watched a few different guides to figure out what to do. It's the way people learn the game, I would say, these days is YouTube. It's the best way. But people do that for every game. It's like, I don't know, how do I make money in Grand Theft Auto, or how do I
very true.
Make the best deck in whatever, Magic the Gathering or whatever game you're playing. Who knows?
And there used to be these gear discords, still exist, but I've noticed the last few years they're just not updated as much. So you click on one and they made this guide before Moon's Apparel existed, and like now you should be doing Blood Moon on this, and so that used to be like an alternate resource. I will say now, I use the wiki equipment, which I think back in the day used to get clowned on, but maybe I'm a bad reference, but I think it's pretty dang good.
The best one now is Gearscape. Like, it's so good. Have you guys used it?
Is that a website or Discord?
Dude, it's a website. It's nuts. So you can import your stats. Yeah, it's called Gearscape, if anyone wants to check it out. It's so ridiculous. You can import your stats. You can set them. You can import any boss. And then you can set a budget, and it'll show you the best in slot gear for the budget at that boss.
I've seen No Monkey.
It's so good. Yeah, the Monkey is all about this one. It's especially good for Iron Man. If you don't know the best in slot, like let's say, the best in slot is Shadow. I don't have a Shadow. So you can just exclude items you don't own on an Iron Man. Like, for example, I don't own an Oathplate chest, which is like best in slot at a lot of places. So I just exclude it, and then it'll give me the best in slot for my gear. So you can import basically all the items you have, or exclude the ones you don't, and it'll save it in the cookies. So it's like the website will update itself. So every time you go back, it'll be the same. It's awesome. Would highly, highly recommend. I use it all the time now. And if I had that resource when I was a lower level Iron Man, it would have been so sick. Because then I would know like what items are worth getting to for certain grinds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And not like waste my time going for other things.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very good stuff. I'll definitely check that out because I feel bad trying to use the wiki. I know I'm doing something kind of wrong, kind of newbie, but it's a really good place to start for sure. And the new inclusion of the view DPS, I don't know if it's a setting you have to enable or something. But there's a view DPS on OSRS wiki. It just imports your current gear you're wearing. It can be really good for a fast and quick way, but let me check out the Gearscape. So thanks for that. That concludes our news. Oh, wait. Is that correct? What did I load up here? No, I have two more things. Sorry. On the minigame teleport menu, there's now a suggested world shown that you can click on. I always hated this. It says like Blast Furnace or Castle Wars. Suggested world, I don't know, 332, just random number. But you had to go into the world finder, scroll to 332, then hop. Now it's just a button you click on. Really good for new accounts like Shades of Morton. You look that up instantly. Boom, you can hop to the world. Great quality of life. And lastly, Fire and Inferno capes. Oh, this is a big one. The Fire and Inferno capes now keep their textures when teleporting. Instead of that weird, you know how the Fire cape would get like all light colored and stop? There's like a visual glitch for a decade now. Now it'll actually, I don't know if it'll keep going, but it'll keep the normal looking texture. That was always janky. So good to see.
Cool.
And that now concludes it for our news and updates. Next, we are going to talk about the Ladlor guide. Actually, ladlorchart.com. This is an interactive progression chart. It is aimed at Iron Man, but it's really for any new account. It'll show you kind of what upgrades you probably should buy or focus on. The benefits of a normal account is you can kind of hop around a bit more, but for Iron Man, this is kind of like how you should go through. So really our next segment here is just going to be talking about the progression of a new account all the way until the end game. Spoilers, the final step is like full Torva, ZCB, and Zerai Vamp Races. So that's kind of the end goal. Ladlor's the guy who made this guide in chart form, but he references Parasailer, which is also Brasailer.
My boy.
Are they the same person? Yes, he's co-author of Brasailer. I guess there's a bruh part. So Iron Bruh provided contributions, as well as Drøgøn, Raze, and Wolf. These are all just, people who like to go in the lab and craft up efficient strats. So this is a guide, which means you don't have to follow it strictly, but I love a good old checklist to follow. So the very first thing here is you get your Ammy of Strength, your climbing boots, and your rune pouch. And as we discussed before, I think we would all agree, get your rune pouch from LMS if you can. But if you're a really new player, definitely just do it through Slayer. You can do
now they have it from
material boosting.
Mage Training Arena.
Yeah.
Which is really good for early game EXP. That's what I did on the GIM.
Do it there for sure.
Yeah, spend a little more money on runes, but like your XP per rune is so good. I mean, it takes a little more time. Not as long as like Bones to Peaches. It's faster than that. And get Bones to Peaches, if you're going to get that first, because then it speeds up the graveyard room. But yeah, you can get it from Mage Training Arena and get some pretty nasty magic EXP on the way. So.
It's way better, especially if you suck at LMS, which I imagine most people do.
Yeah, if you're on step 1, probably. Unless you're just starting to Iron. But
yeah, if you start totally forgot. Right, you basically quest until you get to this. This just gives you that gear progression overview of like, I don't know what to work. What should I go for next? Like this is a guide. It'll guide your thoughts.
Yeah. And this is good. This is good too because, like for my group Iron, I've got 3, 6. I have 9 of these things checked off. So I am like super early gonna see what's going next, which is so weird for me. Like the main obviously isn't big, but it'll be kind of
perfect though because Hoyt probably has half of these items.
Mm-hmm.
Poplo, you have basically none of them, and I have all but 3 items. So we kind of have all the perspectives on the chart, which is perfect.
Yeah, I think a lot of Iron Man is like decision paralysis, and I think this is why AI is so popular, is not because it gives you the best correct answer. It's because it gives you a answer quickly that you can then act on. So this just kind of gives you an answer quickly. Mm-hmm. So if you're at this point, well, this would be the next logical thing. You don't have to do it, but if you need something to focus on, do this. So
yeah, and it's super attainable, especially for the first, I would say, 2 rows. Very attainable.
Yes.
Like the grinds are not big. We'll start to get into the bigger grinds. We'll discuss them later. But yeah, we'll go through from the beginning.
Yeah, so good shout on the MTA for the rune pouch. I already forgot. Up next, we have Ivan's Staff, Ancient Staff, and then your Protection Prayers and Eagle Eye. I believe... which one of those? I have mine. Surely the Protect from Melee comes after
It's
Eagle Eye,
44.
right?
It's basically 44 prayer they're telling you to get, which you
Okay.
can get by just killing dragons or doing.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think you can do blessed bones at that point, but killing dragons is the best way.
Yeah, like 3 inventories of Dragon Bones will probably get you about there.
Yeah, the blue dragons and Taverley, right? That's usually the meta.
I think
Safe
I would
spot.
more likely. I'd probably do greens.
Greenies.
Yeah, they're
They
a
did-
lot lower health.
Yeah, or I think it's actually faster to go Isle of Souls dungeon
True.
if you don't have the
Oh, and
short
there's
cut
like an
for
altar
Taverley.
there, right?
I'm going to
No,
sound
you
really
wanna- you
smart
wanna-
for about
you-
30 seconds. Well, these are things that I have just done, and then I have no idea here in about 2 minutes. So
Yeah, this is Pablo. What did you do for 44 prayer? What was the
I
angle?
did just Water Strike Blue Dragons in the Isle of Souls. I just got
Okay,
like
cool.
3 inventories. Actually, I rallied the group and I said, "Hey, everybody, come get 1 inventory for me," and we busted it out in like 5 minutes. And then I took it to the Chaos Altar in the Wilderness.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah,
full
it's
size
nice.
prayer.
This is funny for me to see how the meta has changed. Like, there's so many more early game items than when I first sent my
Totally
iron.
different.
Like,
Yeah.
the gear progression was totally different back then.
Yeah.
We'll get to it though. I have some funny anecdotes for later in the chart.
Anyways,
What's
yeah,
next,
move on.
Hoyt?
Let's move past this early game stuff.
Yeah.
Next we have Fighter Torso, and this one really surprised me. Granite Body.
Poplo
What's up with
just
that?
asked me this, and I think I have the answer. It's because when you get your fighter torso, you have enough points to freely purchase the the granite body, which is really high range defense, and then you can use that to go down to Dagonoth Rex and get yourself a
Yeah.
Berserker Ring, which is
That's
going to be
what it is.
your first, probably your first big drop on an iron. Pretty much
Yeah.
everyone's.
Yeah.
Okay. Big brain Heartless here. That makes total sense. Because I was thinking, don't you just, won't you go get Torags or Darox or something later? Like, who cares? But no, so that you can go to Rex, the next step. But first, we'll sit on this. Fighter
It's a diary
Torso
too, so might as
and
well.
Granite Body. Obviously, you get Fighter Torso from BA. A lot of players really are scared of BA because it can be really hard to get into. But do it. You might have fun. I personally came to love it. And you're going to have to go in with thick skin because no matter how much you prepare, you're kind of going to be griefing your team on the first run because there's just so much to figure out. Hopefully,
100%.
maybe ask your clanmates to guide you through, but you have to be bold and you have to jump in the pool, man, and it will be okay. That's my advice.
If anyone wants to do BA too, I don't have my torso. So if you want to carry the game,
Yeah.
There you go.
And
I
then
could probably go with you. I want some collection
when you're
logs.
done, you get to be like me on my first one. I went through hell getting my fire torso with dudes with dragon longs and dragon med helms, and I walked out wave 7. I said, I got enough points, boys. See you later.
Yeah.
See you, boys. I'm gonna go and enjoy my fighter torso now. I was out.
I would scold you, but I'm pretty sure I did the same thing on my first account.
Oh god, it took so long, but it was worth it because it's basically the fighter torso is the equivalent of a Bandos chestplate, which is what, a 15-20 mil item. So
Yeah.
think of it as that.
you're gonna use the torso
Yep.
for a long
Yeah, it's a
time.
15 to 20 mil item. It's ridiculously strong.
Amazing upgrade. And having the obby plate on, come on. You're gonna get clowned. You can do better. So that is that step. The very next one is the DSim, the Berserker's Ring Imbued, and the Herb Sack.
Yeah, standard. It's kind of like questing, getting ready for you're questing and you're getting ready for a Slayer, basically, with these upgrades.
Yeah, an Herb Sack you can get from Slayer, or you can get some farming XP and do it at Tithe Farm, but you'll probably hate your life.
You can
But
also just skip it.
You could skip the Herb Sack, yeah. I'd recommend getting it because it's just nice to have for Slayer tasks. You can just pick up everything and not care about your inventory. They'll just go in the sack. And it's good to just get a couple little Raynars here or there. Maybe adds up a bit. But yeah, it's not mandatory by any means.
Yeah, just the earlier the better, because you're gonna get more herbs.
Yeah.
As you go. You also need 58 herb lore, which I do not have. yet. So
Oh, okay. After that, we have the Dragon Defender and Barrow's Gloves. Is really the first huge unlock everyone tells you to go for, because it just, by getting, I think, 175 quest points, right? You end up scaling your account to a really good point, especially if you did BA before that. I mean, your account's ready. I mean, you're in the early game at this point, and you're having hopefully a good time. Kind of surprised, but not really. There's no Antler Guard on here.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably just hasn't been updated for it. And you need 50
it's been
prayer.
updated.
You need 50 prayer for the Antler Guard.
It's probably just not efficient. And
You
efficiency
also
is
need
going to be something we see here.
You need high Slayer for it too, don't you? Like 50 something?
Yeah, that makes sense.
54, I think. Yeah.
I'm sure they probably you'll put it on later. You get it as a minor upgrade. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah. And again, we'll see a lot of things that for efficiency, people can get really technical. It doesn't mean it's actually good practical advice. Like, efficiently, you should get Bowfa really early here. It doesn't mean, I'd still recommend it, but it doesn't mean you're necessarily ready for that level of a grind, or you can't do anything until after that. But still, well, just keep that in mind. This is good in theory, not always in practice. But after that, we have Nezzy Helm. We have the Book of the Dead, which is basically thralls, which are huge. Your Ava's Accumulator, Piety, and the Gem Bag. The Gem Bag, I mean, I don't know about that.
You don't need to get a gem bag. That's it's not necessary. You're gonna get enough gems, trust me. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Everything else there, though, massive upgrades. I mean, you use that Nezzy Helm freaking everywhere. Why is the Nezzy Helm so good? It's got the melee strength. It's got prayer. Why do people use it for range too?
Because it's no negative bonuses.
Okay,
that's why the face guard is so good as well. I mean, it's also 50k, so you can risk them in the wilderness basically for free. Great item overall.
All right. Piety is such a massive prayer. So make sure you get that, and then make sure you use it. And if it's burning through your prayer pots, start to learn how to one-tick flick, you know? That's something I've picked up on.
You can also not do that, save your wrist, not pray offensive. If you're just chilling on Slayer tasks, I never used to pray Piety when I was down bad on prayer potions, but I always do against bosses. But when I was chilling, I would always pray Piety until I had a healthy stock of prayer pots. I wouldn't flick, I didn't bother. I was just chill. I just wanted to chill.
Yeah, I'm a big AFK melee Slayer guy too, so I wouldn't use any prayer on those. After that, we have a really interesting one here. Hallowed Crystal Shard from Sepulcher. So I guess that they want you to level up your agility and use these crystal shards for banking, because it's one of the best bank tellies in a game. It puts you like 8 tiles away from a bank chest. But any other reason here?
No, I don't know. I think it's just because it's a one-click bank. You could just make dueling rings, set it to Castle Wars, and that is it also, or Ferox more likely. And that's a crazy bank telly too.
Yeah.
Dude, it's an extra few steps, and that ain't worth it. I think it's mostly like get your agility up, maybe they're telling you, but whatever, for like quests and things.
And for Sepulcher, it's like it's one of the most like efficient things to train, ways to train agility and everything too, because like you can multi-skill it. So I wonder if it's just like, go do Sepulcher. You're going to be training crafting, magic, whatever else, alching, fletching, whatever else you can do there, and you're going to have tons of extra tokens. So like spend them on the teleport shards.
These are the sweatiest of the sweatiest lads who came up with this. So
exactly
get into their brains. But most people, I'd say, are just going to not do this.
Yeah, again, good in theory, not practice. But that is a good point, Poplo, because I think that's why the gem bag is right there. The gem bag is really, really good at Sepulcher because you can stuff it with your uncut gems,
right.
and then while you're running, you can take them out,
chisel them.
and you can skill with them and put them back, and then withdraw. So, I think you're onto something there. But in reality, guys, probably just use the Ferox Enclave Telly and try to multi-skill when you're doing agility, not for the XP, but because it'll make you stay there longer. Like, doing Alk agility is so much better than not. I don't know. We move past this. Next, we have a very big one, and one I think a lot of people put off. And once they do it, they're like, wow, what was I doing? You got to build your Dark Altar, your Spirit Tree, your Jewelry Box, and your Rejuve Pool. And you don't have to max them out yet, you know? So early in the game, you need to get your house on lock. I think construction scares a lot of people off. But it is such a game changer to have these utilities in your house and not have to go to Ferox every single time. So
yeah. Kingdom, get those logs, get the mahogany homes running, get your house up and running. It's key.
It's expansive.
It is, but maybe that's why Sepulchre is also suggested, because you get money from that too.
Oh, true.
I guess.
Yeah. After that, we have a very new addition, the Arcan Blade, which you get from the Final Dawn quest, and it upgrades the Dragon Scimitar, gives it this sweet special attack with a burn. I believe it applies a burn. And I guess this will just be your new melee hand until you get a whip. So this is very good to see.
Yeah, it's like a DDS and a DSIM combined together, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And it looks sick.
Yeah, solid item.
Yeah. After that, we have a juicy Slayer-filled one. You got your Black Mask, your MA2 Cape, your Bone Crusher, your Soul Sanctifier, or Ash Sanctifier, Scatterer, whatever. You want to unlock Bigger and Badder so that you can start to get chances on the Imbued Heart. Some people get really lucky with them, and we hope that's you. Unlock Ice Barrage, your Infinity Boots, and your Mage's Book. So if you're keeping track, that's 8 different things. 4 of them are Mage themed. 2 of them, really, the other 4 are Slayer themed. So this is the juicy part of the account. I thought it was notable that the Mage's Book is in here now with the 2% Mage bonus. I got that as a meme to make because everyone told me it wasn't worth the time. So my long game paid off.
Once again, like Poplo said before, good for magic XP at the arena still at this point, and then the Mage's Book is good for bursting, which is like your main XP when you're getting Slayer. So overall, it's probably worth going for if you can stomach that much MTA, though definitely not necessary.
Yeah. I guess it's going to be your best offhand until you get offhand Mage, until you get
a ward, until you start Toa.
Take it ward, yep.
I guess
so it's probably worth getting, especially since we're going to talk about later, but the Eye of Ayak is going to be like one of your core items going forward in the Iron Man game mode now.
Yeah. Okay. So those 8 items are going to take you a long time. But again, it's a very juicy early game part of the account. Very fun. Up next, this one's really interesting to me. So it's got your Mixed Hide Cape, Mixed Hide Boots, Red Chins, and 70 range. What do you guys think about this step? Why?
I think this plus the magic one is a little troll. Like, kind of once you've got that Arcan Blade unlocked and the Black Mask and maybe your MA2 Cape, this is when you just start doing general Slayer, I would say. I find this a little bit, they're like really being hyper efficient. This is like the Hunter stuff is you getting range bonus, right, Poplo?
Yeah. Like, Mixed Hide Boots are just better climbing boots. Like, there's no negatives to wearing Mixed Hide instead, but you get range bonus. Mixed Hide Cape, I don't know much about that one.
Gives 1 strength bonus. I guess before... It's the only strength bonus in the back before Fire Cape. Besides Obby Cape, but these are Iron Men, so yeah. Okay.
Well, you could just go get a Fire Cape with the sunlight crossbow and sunlight bolts like I did, and skip that whole thing. So.
Yep.
Little flex took
So
me
maybe
an hour
just
a more
check out the
casual
mixed
guide
hide
would
boots.
a more casual guide would probably have you, or like more likely what most people will do is they're meleeing up their Slayer / maging when they can as they level up their Slayer for like Monkey Madness 2 and stuff, and then they're like maybe AFKing the crab to get their range XP up.
Yeah.
To like a reasonable level to like maybe go for a fire cape. It's probably the more efficient or like more casual way to go about this and less sweaty. And I'd imagine that's what most people will do.
Yeah, I just bone crossbowed crab until I got 70 range, and then went for the fire cape, basically.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Up next, we have Broader Fletching and 69 Slayer. So Broader Fletching, this you spend Slayer points to unlock the ability to make broad arrows, generally. And these are really good Fletching XP. They're buyable, which is big on Ironman, but really this is not cost efficient for your average Joe. This is just for zero timing Fletching. I made a ton of broad arrows, but I was trying to be efficient. But a lot of people, you collect your logs from Miscellanea and you bank stand when you're doing something else, and you just cut some unstrung bows. But I would still recommend unlocking it early, especially if you're trying to do a quest that night and you need 6 more Fletching levels. It makes it a whole lot better.
Dude, surely you can just do the new Veil Totems thing, right? Like that's got to be nuts now.
Oh yeah.
If you have the logs, like I love Veil Totems. Would really recommend it.
When can you start that? I
think you can start at really low level. No, I think you can just run there. You just need Varlamore unlocked.
Okay. Yeah.
But broad
so Children
Fletching
of the
is just
Sun.
zero time. It's efficient
It's
to
true.
me.
Yeah, it's true, but it's not very fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It made me Veil
It's
Totems.
expensive.
I swear, made me want to max my account because before that, I did not want to do broad bolts to get 99 Fletching. There was just no way. That sucks.
Yeah. That's a great shout out. So again, good in theory, not in practice. Go do Veil Totems. They're really good content. You'll actually enjoy scaling, and you won't hate your life. But if you're trying to multi-skill, Broader Fletching can be really good. So maybe while you're doing a little bit of Sepulcher. But if you're this early game, you're not doing Sepulcher. Come on. 69 Slayer. Help me out, guys. I don't see any monsters at 69. Can you boost for
Also, there's no
something?
way
Why?
that I'm not getting a fire cape before going for 69 Slayer.
69 Slayer? Yeah.
There's no way. That's gonna take so long. It's gonna be silly.
that's a
I'm gonna get a fire
grind.
cape with like 75 range. That's.
That is-
I think
don't
it's a
see
bit. I think it's a
any-
bit silly. They put fire cape after Bowfa, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Ice Barrage before 69 Slayer.
Oh god.
Before 70 range, even.
Ice barrage
Crazy.
before fire cape. There's definitely some things on here that are like we're talking the most hyper efficient but unrealistic goals.
Yeah.
This is where it's starting to get a little muddled in this area.
Yeah, that's where the fun comes out. I don't know why they picked that number. 68 is Spiritual Warriors. Still not
69 is the
I'm thinking
MM2
you can
requirement. That's
boost.
why. 62 is the MM2 requirement for Slayer. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. After that, they got Gamel's Hilt 2, which would be the medium combat task.
Yep.
Let's look at the Hilt 2. You get daily Trollheim teleports, 5 of them. Drop chance from mediums increased. Maximum quantity from like a boss increased. Here we go. 2 additional commendation points from pest control games. That'll be really big for Void, which is the next step. So that's why. So get your medium CAs done. I think a lot of people would find them fun. You shouldn't have to grind too long for these. There's some easy ones like Temporos, and then you go get your Void and your Crystal Halberd, which is one of the sickest weapons you use in the game all the way through end game, especially for like speed running. You guys want to talk about, I mean, Void, I talked about with Doom. I think it's so cool you get Void. Now, this isn't elite yet. I don't think. It doesn't look like it. There's no way it's elite.
That's elite, yeah.
That's elite.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I thought.
Because you get it after the diary, right? Because it's like they reduce the amount of points you need, or they increase the amount of points you get, something like that.
And that's why the Hallie's there, because I think part of that elite is like getting the seed and switching. I don't know.
But basically, they're telling you get Void Chin with Void, which is like whatever. But really, you could AFK with Void on the Crab. You could do anything. Void's a really good range set early.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also great for the
late.
Doom pipeline, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, and you use it at Vorkath because you haven't done DS2 at this point, right?
Correct.
No.
Right, yeah.
I think at low range, though, it's not worth it at Vorkath.
Well, it's
probably
anyways,
depends what your alternative is.
You have a bunch of, when you're doing Void, you have a bunch of time to fletch. Like, it's pretty AFK. You get your melee skills up because it takes 10
hours.
That's why
broader fletching was there.
Exactly. So you can go ahead and like multi-skill doing this, and it's pretty decent melee XP. So I would say generally going for Void is a good grind to, and then you get it out of the way early because it's not very fun. So the more bullshit you can do early on an Iron Man, the better, because it's gonna save you in the late game when you don't want to do it. When you unlock PVMing, all you're gonna want to do is PVM. So if you can set up your foundations to at least get you to your goals, that's gonna be key.
Yeah,
and it's safe to say you can skip the Mage and melee helm there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll have to do the Western
used for
horrors.
teaching Tob, but that's what were you gonna add, Poplo?
I was gonna say then you have to do the Western Horde diaries to get the elite level, elite Void.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not bad.
Off to Chompies you go.
Mining. Yeah.
It's a Chompy simulator. That's good though. After that, we have 92 range, 86 strength. Go to the new gym crab. Good content, and you can learn all about geopolitical, issues and whatnot.
Turn everything off when you get there.
Yeah. Just
basically between the Slayer and up to where they tell you to get a Bowfa, you should be slaying / hitting that crab as much as possible, right?
Oh, yeah.
To get those skills up, because going for Bowfa will be your first, and Crystal Armor will be like your first proper grind into the, I don't know, maybe when you unlock that you can start the late game, or it's the end of the mid game. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah,
but it's a key grind, and I know it sucks to do, but it's so incredibly efficient.
Yeah, you make so much money.
You get crafting XP, you get elite clues that you can do. It costs no supplies. Going for the Bowfa also gives you, huge PVM experience. It's a challenging encounter that I believe anyone can do, but it does take practice. It just makes you a better player, and it's worth grinding.
I do have the early game, mid game, late game, end game discussion on like a backlog.
Okay.
That's a whole conversation. So after you get 92 range, 86 strength, now it's time for the prism. Yeah. They want you to get a CG. They want you to get your Bowfa, your full crystal armor. And then it's a personality test of what color of your armor you'll pick. So this is a grind everyone fears, everyone puts off. I am not considered to be a good PVMer. Maybe your average Joe. And it was really, really hard for me because it was the first time I ever had to play this game on a timer. Besides mini games or something, but it was the first time I was by myself in a race against the clock. Previously, it didn't matter as long as you got the kill, right? You could figure out a 10-minute Vorkath kill strat. You got the kill, that's all that mattered. But now the timer's ticking down. Hunliff, I actually, it took me some learning, but prep was the real killer here for me. So real quick, I don't want to patronize anyone, but I'll explain how CG works for anyone who hasn't gone in there yet and is looking at it. You have you go in there with nothing, and you have to. It's randomly generated in the same grid, and you have to skill by mining, fishing, woodcutting, gathering. You have to make your armor with those resources, and then you go fight the boss. The boss is the same every single time, and you can craft 3 weapons in order to fight the boss. Now, all of these weapons and gear, there's different tiers to them. I won't go into all that nuance. Just know that there's a prep phase and then a boss. The prep, I found a ton of difficulty with because there's different methods, and I don't know, I just really struggled with trying to do that in an efficient manner on time, so I had to lock in. I took many deaths, and after all of that, you have to go to 1 in 400 rate for your Bowfa. So it is
This is where you separate the men from the boys. CG. There's no doubt about it. This is where you tell if you got your chops as an Iron Man or not, because you're gonna be grinding.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is where you earn your stripes.
100%.
You'll get there and get everything in 200 KC. I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Join our clan and you get better RNG. No,
it's true. No, it's true. It's true.
I did just get a message from our.
Don't make any guarantees.
I got a message from our producers that Heartless got 99 agility.
Oh yeah, mid recording.
Big GZ
agility. Thank you.
Like right now.
Yeah, off to the blast furnace.
Huge.
Feels good.
Go.
He wanted to save it till next week.
Off to the blast.
Hell no.
Yeah, I thought I'd be humble and wait until next week, but yeah, thanks boys.
Nope.
Out there. 7,000.
You can mention it next week
the
too.
RD course. Yeah. I get
He's
it
almost
next
there.
week as well. The double.
I'm at Blast Furnace right now. Actually great for podcasts because you can click and stop. But
yeah,
come join me, Big GZ. But yeah, back to CG. I want to open the floor to you two. Any tips? Poplo, you play a normal account. Have you? I mean, I know you're a GM, so you obviously have mastered it. But
yeah,
Heartless, you've done a lot. I know you've done a lot.
I've done 1,000 CG.
Yeah,
I did. I got a blade back when you could get the blade as a drop because I was doing a ton of Tob and I ran out of whips. So I went for a blade. Poplo remembers this. He taught me how to do
before
CG.
the Bowfa came out.
Yeah, before the Bowfa existed, I got it on 62 KC, and then I was super stoked. I then did a few hundred to corrupt it, I think, and then I started doing Tobs with Poplo and my friends, and then boom, all of a sudden, the what's it called came out, the new update, and I'd gone 2300 drive for my blowpipe, and it was sad times because then they nerfed the blowpipe, but they released the Bowfa, so I ended up going back trying to get a second one. I did went to 600 KC or something, and then I was like, yeah, I can't do this, so I just reverted the blade into a bow. And then 1 week later, I got my T-bow, so then I changed it back to a blade. I still have 17 armor seeds, so I'm good. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, I ended up doing another 400 KC at some point to try and get a Bowfa, but I never got one. Never got a second. But it's a good grind. It's really good content. Would recommend. It's going to be the core of your account. It kind of has to be done. There's really no way around it. Yeah, you can go rune crossbow. Like some people we've known and snipe a T-bow, it's possible, but it sucks ass to do that. So I'd recommend getting a Bowfa.
Yeah, don't think you can skip it with the ACB. Stop it. Go to CG. And just do 5 a day, and then you can go back and do anything else, But you have to set that. Some people can do 30 a day. That's not me, but I'll let you go, Papa.
No, it's fine. I don't have too much to add. It's such good money. It's so worth it to do it. I am looking forward a little bit to it on the GIM.
Dude, I loved CG. I'm not gonna lie. It does get burnt out a bit, but make sure you have some secondary grind with it, and you'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna hard send it. I don't think all the way. It's a marathon. It's the first marathon of most of the accounts. I'm just gonna say it. Tier 1 armor is better than Tier 2.
Yeah, it is. Don't do Tier 2. Tier 2 to learn, and then
definitely Tier 2 to learn.
Yes,
but then
I
make sure you
tried
get
to learn
comfy.
with T1, and it was stupid. Tier 2 teaches you how to prep, because Tier 2 is so much harder to prep, because you're upgrading your armor further, which means more resources. So Tier 2 to learn so that you know how to prep under that constraint. And then Tier 1 when you're also higher combat stats. Like if you're 75 everything, you probably are going to need Tier 2. But
Yeah,
yeah,
combat
I love
stats are big
T1
too.
now.
And then the next step is Tier 1 with 1 perfected weapon, and then you're gaming hard. You
Yeah.
only need 1. You get either the staff or the bow to make faster prep, because you don't need 2 weapon frames. And then what you do is you do a certain amount, I think 5 or 6 hits with your weapon, and then you go in and you kick, so he switches to melee, and then you go back to whatever, and then you just have like, I guess you do need 2 weapon frames, I forgot, because then you need just like a Tier 1 secondary weapon. So what you do is like you get a perfected bow, and you go into Hunlif, and you shoot it, and then on the attack that it's going to switch prayers, you kick it, so it prays melee, and then you go back to the bow, and you shoot it, and then on the attack that it's going to switch, you use your staff, like your Tier 1 staff, and you just hit it once, and it switches to Mage, and then you go back to the bow, and shoot it, then you, when it's going to switch again,
that's way too
melee.
sweaty for me, dude. There's absolutely no chance.
That's right.
I've tried it.
That's
Double
the
perfected,
next step.
get it double perfected, 1000 KC, get it done.
Yep.
And there's a Hunlif helper plugin, which, everyone memes on 3, 2, 1.
With
Mage.
perp.
Mage?
And
Mage?
I still use it because Heartless told me he still uses it at like really high, and I was like, okay, that means it's okay to use.
Dude, it lets you turn
Super
your
big
brain
help.
off and makes it so easy. It's worth. Use it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Any
less thing you
tool
can
to any
focus
tool
on.
to help you.
Yeah.
Any tool to help you.
The problem is you have to get good at adjusting it, because when you get stomped, it does take a bit of a learning curve, because it can mess you up. If you don't know how to adjust it when you get stomped or when the timer's off, it'll end up like hurting you more than helping. But it's pretty quick to learn. And now there's like a tick counter you can add or remove ticks, so it's cool.
Nice.
All right, anything
Good.
else on
What's-
CG?
No, get your Bowfa. What's next?
All right, up next we have Spellbook swap. Pretty sweaty, but this has to be maybe for tutorial skipping. It's really helpful. Also for, I think the reason this is on here is for the Ash, what was it called? The sacrifice spells for prayer. Because after that, we have Wrath Runes. Wrath Runes, Explorer's Ring 4.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Do not listen to this. Don't get Wrath Runes.
Just
and
do
do
it
it.
95 rune
I did it.
crafting.
You should do it.
Oh my god. This
Do
is
it.
Hoyt
this
did
is
it. You're a
Hoyt, you
madman.
actually did this. This is madness.
I did it.
It's probably worth it if you do it, but oh my god, that's so much rune crafting to do.
If you're a skiller, now is your excuse. You can go get 95 rune crafting. But actually, all you need nowadays is 90. Because hear me out. With the Scar Essence Mine, Scar Essence Mine allows you to craft a ton of runes and like one inventory, right? Wrath runes go down. They deplete very slowly. You don't use them a lot. You shouldn't be casting like Fire Surge and stuff if you don't have 95. So you can +5 boost with a bunch of the Scar Essence like Catalyst and craft like 5,000 Wrath runes. You're legitimately good for like 12 months. So the reason you want Wrath runes is because you can get essentially 1 to 1.5 or even 1 to 1, we'll say, Prayer and Slayer XP. And this is just massive for the early game because nobody likes taking their hard-earned bones to the Wilderness Chaos Altar and stuff like that. So Prayer's always going to be a resource problem on your account. So any little bit helps, and this helps a ton. So efficiently, you can be around 96 prayer, but you can really close the gap between prayer and slayer. so you don't have to sit at green dragons for months.
Nice.
They also
You
have
just
the
saved everybody
Lumbridge
like
Elite.
a couple 100 hours by only getting 90 rune crafting.
Yeah. Guardians of the Rift, go enjoy it. ZMI is amazing, which is the Arania altar. Why is it called ZMI again?
Don't know.
I
No
don't
one
know.
knows.
Okay,
and
now you can go get your fire cape.
This is crazy.
Now you
You
can go get your
surely
fire
gotta
cape.
have it. You gotta have it before that. This is nuts. I don't believe in this. This is where I start to not believe in the chart already. It comes back together a little bit later in the game. A little bit later. It makes a bit more sense.
Yeah,
But this
you got
mid
your
section
Bowfa.
is nuts.
You got your wrath runes. Now you can get your fire cape.
That's true.
It is hilarious. Bowfa before Fire Cape. Insane. And then Glory is on here. So crafting requirement. What's the crafting for Glory? Let's see. It is 80. Okay. That's fair. Or you can get lucky with a Dragon Imp, but then you have to have Hunter in order to catch Dragon Imps.
Dude, that's what I did for my my first glory. First thing out of the account, bang, got 8300 out of nowhere. Salamanders all the way, and then I got a glory. That's the very first item I got on my account, basically. 99, I think I did 99 farm making first, and then boom, right into 83 hunter. Different
Whoa.
times though, very different times.
It was different.
What a beast.
Yeah.
I didn't even do that. I envy you for doing that because I wasn't strong enough to
And
send
now,
that.
the way now to do it now, the best way to do it now is just to craft it, obviously, because you need crafting, and there's better ways to craft than there used to be.
Yeah, you do not want to be an early account Dragon Imp hunting. That sounds terrible. You don't even have teleports.
The
and stuff.
clan helped out though. Like it just paid 1 mil per dragon imp or 500k or something, and everyone was pretty happy
Yeah.
to help out.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Okay. We do have a lot here. Oh, also Karamja Gloves 3 and Explorer's Ring 4, which would mean you don't need Draman Staff anymore, right? Surely.
I think so.
Yeah. No Draymond
Yeah,
staff,
okay.
and I'm guessing that's the Karamja is probably for Duradel teleports.
Yep. Okay. Next we have Pharaoh Scepter and Karamja Gloves 4. So, Karamja Gloves 4, you teleport to Curadel's spawn point. Like, you're right there for a task. Is amazing. So, highly recommend those. But again, it's the huge, steep rune crafting goal. Most people don't do this. I think isn't it 90?
92
86
or
or
87,
something like that.
86, 87, so you can make double nats. Yeah, it's not
Boost?
a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
you already got it because you got wrath
um,
runes.
Yeah, true, dude. just get 95 rune crafting.
91 is double nats. So 91 minus 5, 86.
Obviously memeing on this a bit, but yeah, hyper efficiency. Why not? What's
why
next
not?
after the gloves? It's like maxing your house out,
And-
right?
Yeah, so you take the Pharaoh Scepter, you're going to go max out the altar, max out your box, get fairy rings. Again, oh no, fairy ring construction. So you can put one in your house.
Yep.
And then your ornate rejuve pool.
So
this
84
is,
construction.
I think the biggest. Yeah. Mahogany Homes is great. Just highly recommend. The way that this changes the game is insane for accounts. So love to see it. Heartless, what was your construction journey back in the day? When did you max your house out?
Dude, honestly, I at 87 Slayer right before I started Zelda, I maxed my house because the only way to make money back then, because there was no CG, was to slay. So I got 10. I think I got like 15 to 20 mil maybe from doing 87 Slayer grind, and then at that point, I was able to buy teak planks and do mythical cape racks to 83 or 84 construction. Not a good grind.
Oh.
That was the old meta.
Saves a lot of money,
Yeah,
though,
the
probably,
cape
right?
rack.
It saves a lot of money. It was like the most efficient money route because money was tight back then, but now money is easier to come by.
And Mahogany Homes is probably even
And Mahogany
even
Homes
better.
is got to be the move now. Yeah. So
Yep.
maxing your house though still was a priority even back then. Yeah, it's worth it. Worth it for sure.
So
What's up next?
anything else? Yeah.
Oh, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's really strong, so get it done.
Up next is DS2, so you can upgrade your backpack. It's finally blue. Again, it's really funny to me. This is way after Bowfa. But
Yeah.
So at some point you have Bowfa and the gray assembler before this.
True.
Don't show up to a raid like that. You're gonna get clowned. But it is efficient. And then you have Bloodbark armor. Now I think this is the first real point where we can highlight there's no Perilous Moons on here, and there's no Barrows on here. Bloodbark makes sense for UIMs because they can like store it and get it. UIMs, it sucks because you have to have the full version of a set before you can store it. So Bloodbark, usually you only see it in PvP or UIMs. So I think at this point we would probably recommend Barrows for your tank, head, chest, legs, and then honestly probably just go green log Perilous Moons besides the Eclipse set, because now you have Bowfa. But the Atlatals are still good. What do you guys think about this and the lack of Perilous Moons on here?
I think it's crazy. I think no one in their right mind's doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've kind of started on the games already, like doing Perilous Moons, some of the group. So we're obviously not following this, but I mean, Bloodbark is pretty good mage stuff for not really high recs, I guess, to get in. So
yeah,
but yeah,
okay.
Perilous Moons is more fun, way more fun
Yeah,
to just do that, and you get some other stuff on the way too. So
yeah, Blue Moon armor you're gonna be bringing to chambers. You'll have it forever. It is awesome. Great armor. So probably don't worry about this unless you're intentionally being really sweaty. Next you have your Ancient Icon. Also I want to backtrack. The CAs you're gonna have to do for GM anyways, so go do Perilous Moons, but I guess it's efficient to come back when you're max geared to do this, whatever. After that we have the Ancient Icon, which is a massive upgrade to the Ancient Staff that we got in Step 2. So the Ancient Icon, it is 10%, I think it's 5% magic damage, 10% increase to Ancient Spells. Insane for Barrage tasks. Go get it from Muspa, do not wait. You can go a little dry, and Muspa's hard at that point in your account, but you got a Bowfa, you'll be okay. Big upgrade. After that, we have the Slayer helmet. Again, this is hilarious. So at this, up till this point, you've had a black mask.
Yeah, I mean it's technically worth, but yeah, this chart is just it's really not what most people are gonna do. It's a guideline at best.
Yeah,
at best a guideline.
Yeah. Well, so I just looked it up. I just looked it up going back. Sorry, just for a second, but the Bloodbark, I think it has the same magic damage percentage as the Blue Moon does, and all you need is a scroll to get it. So it's got, I think, less mage accuracy, but it's got the same. Yeah, it's got less mage accuracy, but it has the same amount of magic damage percentage. So it's actually, I mean, it's way faster to get because you only need Split Bark and then imbue it.
Yeah,
but I guess the reason is it's way shorter.
I think the reason a lot of people don't do this is it requires 81 rune crafting, so 76 with a boost. Because you have to infuse it, and most people hate rune crafting, so they're like, no, I'd rather go boss. That is a great shout out though, so it does have a lot of merit.
Yep. But I guess you already got 95 rune crafting from doing this, so maybe the rune crafting grind is paying off. The more that we go down this chart, rune crafting grind is paying off more and more, so
off to the rift with you, Poplo.
I guess, man. I should be spending more time there, but hey, CBA. Relax, man. I got time. I just got my Nezzy helm yesterday, so I still got a few steps. But yeah, Slayer helm is a good shout. You start getting that range and magic bonus.
Yes, make sure it's imbued. Don't make that mistake.
Imbue it.
You also have your Arclight, your Warp Scepter, unlock Lizardman Task for the Warhammer, and you have Greater Challenge, which is an unlock to extend Greater Demons, which is going to come in handy. This isn't Greater Challenge it's for Greater Demons, right?
Yeah,
you don't even have your
it's
Demon Zenites yet.
It's because you're going to be doing Tormented Demons. Tormented Demons are the pipeline to the end game now. That's basically how.
Are they Greater Demons?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, Tormented. Sorry, I'm thinking of the Tormented Gorillas.
Tormented Gorillas? No, they're Black Demons.
Those are Black Demons, but also I guess the Hosta is still on
do those
here.
first.
So you'd want to do the Hosta is still on here. So I guess
that's why.
Zambi with Greater Demon
it's
Task?
Hosta. Yep. Okay. I was just wondering why it's not extend Black Demons. But yeah, Heartless is 100% right. Tormented Demons are your entrance to the end game, especially with Oathblight being out.
The Hosta is for the Voidwaker, which is going to be in the next section for them. Because they're like, you should have a Voidwaker before you get a Lightbearer, which is, kind of crazy. Also, the fact that we haven't even seen Royal Titans yet. This chart is a little bit on the weird side to me.
I feel like Royal Titans before CG. Don't you feel like you would want to get the prayers?
Absolutely.
100%. This is like we're going through this mostly for the content, right? But I would definitely cut a bunch of this stuff, and you could make a seriously direct pipeline into the late game if you wanted to, or you could like fill it in with other stuff along the way. But yeah, this is mostly just giving you an idea of like, oh shit, maybe I should have grabbed that at some point.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have the Warped Scepter here, a newer item, probably came out a year and a half ago-ish, I don't know. But it bridges the gap between Ivan's Staff and until you get your Trident. Dude, I don't even see a Trident on here. Am I missing it?
No, you just go right to ILI these days.
What the fuck?
Well, that's actually something that I actually kind of agree with that though.
Yeah.
If I was to make my actual,
because you went so dry, Zora, of course.
Yeah, but is it too early for me to say like my actual pipeline for how you would efficiently do things roughly? Maybe.
Whenever. Yeah.
But at this point, it would be like, you get your basic Slayer gear, which is what we covered in the first section, like torso, the new sword or DSIM, Berserker Ring, Slayer Mask, blah blah blah. You get all that stuff. You get your baseline questing down to the way. You get your Monkey Bandits 2. You get your DS2 done, and then you go into next stage of evolution, which is maybe mid game. I don't know.
Mid game,
which is getting your Bowfa.
Yeah.
Getting your Zenites, and then getting your Tormented Demon weapons, and then I would say you start the late game, which is getting the Eye of Ayak, which is going to be key. I think that's like the first item you want to get with the Confliction Gauntlets. They're like the equivalent of the Bowfa with the Crystal set, to in my opinion. And there's obviously like minor upgrades along the way, but those are going to be like your core 2 items, and then from there you can like do the raids and get your mega rares, and because you're never going to get them in order. That's not how it's going to work.
Yeah, it's like the eye is like the step right below the shadow. The fang is like the step right below the scythe, probably. The Bowfa is the step right below the T-bow. So it's like it's the fastest you can get those.
The best. Those are like your 3 things you aim for, and then everything else is just gravy along the way, getting your upgraded armors, etc. Going for your mega rares, blah blah blah. Yeah. But let's keep going with the Ladlor, because this is more specific. So where were we, Hoyt?
Up next we have Mastering Mixology. So the only 2 notable things you really need from here are the goggles and the necklace. The Alchemist Amulet, you can put a bunch of amulets of chemistry in it. I think they also double their charges, or some sort of upgrade. Maybe it's only 10% more. But regardless,
like that.
The goggles save your secondaries. The amulet makes your 3-dose potions sometimes be 4-dose. So those are really good for the herb lore grind. After that, we have the Amulet of Torture, the Necklace of Anguish, which are your melee and range necklaces, of course, your Zamorak Hasta, and your Bandos Godsword. So you're going to need 2 Zenites, and then you have to go to Krill for your Hasta, and then you're going to have to go to Bandos for your Godsword, and you might spoon, some Tacits or a chest.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about the Bandos Godsword? Obviously, we're going to Toa right after this, a couple steps after, but still, I'm kind of surprised this is on an efficient guide. Is it just that good at Toa?
Yeah, it's really strong, and it's going to be a good weapon for you to. You're going to want to get Bandos, right? Because most people are going to go for Bandos at this point when you have a Bowfa. Like Bandos is kind of like the next obvious grind.
Mm-hmm.
Blood Moon's so good though. I think it gets skipped, but then you have to wear Blood Moon.
Yeah, Blood Moon got skipped. I don't think it should be. I think Blood Moon, Huey Codal gets skipped as well, which is another thing I think you should be going for in this area or earlier. I think they're just saying like this is good for this and Voidwaker are good for going to Toa, so you may as well just get them first because you have a Bowfa.
BGS means more at Toa too, because you're going to be Bowfaing a lot of things that you would shadow if you had max.
Yeah.
So lowering the defense is going to be even better with the BGS. So
and then
you can hit more with your Bowfa.
They're probably thinking if you spoon a piece of Bandos too, it's probably going to be helpful there as well.
Yeah. This is like pretty nice. You finally start to get into some PVM, do some God Wars action going on here.
Yeah.
This is
awesome.
Going for Band. I think once you have your Bowfa, going for Bandos and like Voidwaker, these are like some of the most fun grinds. This is when the accounts really start to roll. Maybe you start sending a couple raids and get your first purple. This is when things really start to heat up on an account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so up next, as Heartless just said, you have your Voidwaker and your Dragon Pickaxe.
Your
your pickaxe, you're going to get 1 million.
Your Voidwaker and your 12 Dragon Pickaxes.
Yep.
But why? So the Voidwaker is really good at Toa, just like the BGS, so you can see a hint here. But isn't it? It's good at Nex.
It's good at Tob.
Where else is Voidwaker used presently?
It's good at Tob until you have Burning Claws.
But shouldn't you have? I mean, come on, you should have.
You should.
You should have Burning Claws.
Oh, we haven't got there yet. Hold on.
I know. It's just crazy to me. This is the first empty tile I have because it seems so out of place. But it's also not. I wish I did this early. Actually, I'm thinking through this out loud. All the secondaries and stuff you get from the grind and the wilderness are so nice for those mid-game accounts.
Mm-hmm.
The red spider's eggs alone. Even the limports, yes, you get a ton
mahogany
of
logs.
But mahogany logs, yeah.
I think as long as you have one of Dragon Claws, Burning Claws, or a Voidwaker, you're pretty much set to do any raid. Yeah, obviously some of them are better than others at certain places. They all have sort of their best in slots, but they're all going to be basically interchangeable for the most part.
Also, I might be, this might just be a skill issue, but I use my spec for my yellow Karis. And then it's like, why? I only get myself into trouble when I start sending specs on a boss, because then I get in a bad position and I can't yellow Karis. So I know once I do hundreds of raids, I won't need to do that.
Once you do hundreds, it's going to be helpful. You can like dunk them into Baba. You can put them into, you can spec Zabak. You can spec Kefri a bunch. It's generally pretty solid.
I just think that once you start raiding, like start doing Toa or something, like you want to, your special attack is like not utilized if you haven't gone for any of the spec weapons.
It's also
I guess like other than BGS, so it's like you would want to have that resource to use when you actually go start raiding pretty soon.
Makes sense.
Or you can just break out the DDS and just dump them. That's the other option.
Hell yeah.
Yes. You don't want to go for that Voidwaker, don't even do it. Just dump the DDS and the Chally and you're good to go.
But you know what you do with your Voidwaker first. Up next, you get to the Royal Titans.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, this is so cringe.
Insane.
Yep.
Insane progression. And the only thing they tell you to get from Royal Titans are the 2 prayers. obviously we've said it a million times, but you should probably get these before CG.
Dude, Twin
They're gonna make
Flames,
a big
Twin
difference.
Flame Stash. If you even go like Twin Flame Stash, could you imagine? The Twin Flame
Twin Flame
Staff,
looks so sick.
you can use
I
that to
want
go to Zora early as well.
Yes.
So crazy
I've
that they
seen
don't
it
suggest
elsewhere,
it.
but-
Crazy.
After that is Toa, and they want you to go until you get a light bearer. And on the way to light bearer, you'll get a bunch of threads of Readiness. But if you get lucky, obviously just stay till you get your thread. And the thread turns your rune pouch from storing 3 different runes to 4. Nothing major here. The light bearer kind of replaces the Berserker ring in a lot of scenarios where you want spec. It's amazing.
It's probably the best ring in the
I need to go
game.
get one.
So
Yeah.
definitely great, and it's gonna be good. Yeah, at a bunch of different places, so worth getting.
Yep. After that, you get your Gommel's Hilt 4, which are your hard. Right? There's that elite 1, 2, 3. That's elite diaries. Yeah. This is big. You get increased superior spawn rate, which is just insane for the heart grind. Definitely get this out of the way early. You also get increased elite clues and a bunch of other crap. But I think the big thing here is the imbued heart chance. And now that you've done Toa, you should be close.
Do you get your thrall timer upgraded too, or like half
That's
upgraded?
master.
Master, you get the
I don't
full
know if
2
there's-
minutes.
Oh, Bracelet of Slaughter will have a 10% chance to fully recharge. Same with Expeditious. Superior Slayer creatures are 25% more common. That's nuts. Your Dwarf Multi-Cannon can hold 30 extra cannonballs. Like a Boss is increased by 20. Ecumenical Keys increase. God Wars decreased. I don't see Thralls on this one. So definitely go do Elites, and then work towards Masters for that Thrall timer. Next, we have another, our largest section yet, is 9 items. You want your Whip, you want your Tentacle to use on the Whip, you want your Warhammer, so that you can spec things down, percentage base instead of the Godsword is flat. You want your Emberlight, which will be massive, as well as your Scobo, your Scorching Bow, for Doom and for Yama, and for all your Slayer tasks, things like that are demons. Dragon Boots, you probably should have had Dragon Boots by now.
Yeah, you got 69 Slayer like way back, like 10 minutes ago from when we're talking, and now you finally got around to killing those spiritual creatures and getting your Dragon Boots.
Yeah, finally, now that you have Voidwaker. And then finish Burning Claws and finish your Zenites, so Tormented Bracelet and Suffering. I mean, this section right here is going to take you hundreds of hours. I don't know about hundreds, but 100 hours.
100 hours for sure.
Yeah, it is a juicy section.
Oh, yeah.
I've only just completed it on my account.
I do agree with this though. I think these are all like key items now to unlock the end game or the late game.
Yes.
Yep.
This is
Don't
late
be
game,
asking
for sure.
to go to Yama with a normal arc light. Like, go get the Ember Light. Stop it.
Yeah, and then this is when you start to arc into your like kind of late game key items as well.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna be great.
So you're going to basically finish all your Zenites. You're going to finish your Tormented Demons. You only need 2 Synapses. And then you're going to take that to 2 different bosses on this next one. Yama for the Rite of Vile Transference, which is guaranteed after 100 KC when you get a dossier. So basically, go do 100 Yama. And then you're going to take that to Doom of Mokiatl, whatever. Doom. And get your Avernic Treads.
Silly
How reasonable is this one?
Silly business.
Yeah.
You should just get
I mean,
the
you could go Wadpinger, just went 3,000 bazillion.
when you go to
get
Doom, you
this
should
last
just
unique.
get all 3 items because they're all great, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But when you should go to Doom when you're ready to go for all 3 items, not until that point.
Yeah, and I mean, you got your Scobo, so Doom is next thing up. So
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting.
I mean, it makes sense here. And the
Like for you,
other stuff
Hoyt,
isn't
like
too far
your account is kind of
behind it.
here. So if I was you,
Yep.
I would be going to Doom right now and getting
This is
all 3 items,
Yeah, that's actually
because then
I've,
you can do anything you want. From that point on, the rest of the game, you just do whatever you want. Because there's no way you're gonna, when we talk about it later, there's no way you're just gonna grind one solitary mega rare out. You're not at that stage yet. You just kind of get into the general end game where you're just hunting the rare items, and you want to.
Yeah, this is where my chart gets patchy. I've got like I got all my Cerberus stuff. I've got Rancor, so I've got those filled in, but it's all empty. So now I'm headed here. I'm really excited too. It's gonna be really fun.
One of the most fun parts
That's why
of the
I'm doing
game.
the Voidwaker.
One of the most fun parts, because at this point onwards, once you basically as soon as you're done Doom and Bowfa, if you're doing efficiency, you just kind of do whatever you want. And like you said, Hoyt, you're gonna get patchy results. But this is when you start to piece together your end game items.
Yeah,
and there's so many to go for. You're not grinding a specific one. It's way less stressful. So anything is good for you. Any purple is good.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Moving forward, we have the Desert Amulet 4 and Rada's Blessing 4. So go finish some more Elite Diaries. The Desert Amulet 4 is amazing for bossing because you can instantly teleport to like 4 tiles away. You can pray at this statue, whatever, and it overheals your prayer and refills your spec. And health, of course. So there's certain bosses like Muspa where between kills you can go out and refill, teleport right back to the boss, and start speccing them again. So I really love it. One of my favorite items in the game. And then Rada's Blessing 4 is the only way to get an additional prayer bonus in that blessing spot. So you're going to use this everywhere that you're not bringing ammo. Just a bit of skilling here, like fletching, crap like that. But got to get it done. And then another juicy one. After that, we have the Primordial Boots, Eternal Boots, the Occult Necklace, and the Rancor. I mean, Rancor is pretty steep, but just a massive DPS increase from Araxor, of course. And then the Primordial Boots and Eternal Boots. Really here, the prims are really nice. I just hope no one goes really dry. That Serb is not fun.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this step?
These are all important.
Yeah, these are important, but I guess going back to what we just talked about is the next step is, sorry, getting ahead, but the next step is Doom again, and none of these upgrades that we talked about before the treads help you at Doom. So it's like, why? It's like, go do Doom till you get your boots, then leave and get no more upgrades that'll help you with Doom, and then come back to Doom. So it doesn't really matter. Like,
well, I think they're basically saying they want you to get the treads technically because you have best in slot for Doom, and then when you get the treads, you can go back to get all these items where the treads are good. But I think it's so minor, it's not relevant.
Yeah.
No, I guess they're saying get the treads and you can use them at Serb, and then put the two Serb boots in the treads and come back.
Yeah.
And Araxor.
And they're also saying maybe while you're at Araxor, you pull a halberd, which is really good at Doom. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great weapon. Going through, we next again we have Doom. Get the Eye of Ayak, get the gloves. Now you're complete. And again, just a ton of hours here. Hopefully you go on right. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the grind. I've heard good things. And then you finally get to go to Zulrah to get your blowpipe. So this is just crazy to see Zulrah so late in here. I swear I don't see the Trident.
Should we zoom through this last section here?
Yeah.
As we start to get into
late.
the end, as we get into the end game, because we kind of agree, like at this point, if you followed the guide or at least somewhat of the guide, they are telling you the main items you should be going for. Even though I still think you should be sending for fun raids to try and patch out the end game.
Yes,
definitely.
But this is where it's like technically it's efficient, but none of this is realistic. No one's ever done this, I bet.
Yeah, this was more for fun to put together than
I'll let
practical.
you zoom in, Hoyt, and we can discuss at the end.
Yeah. So you take your new blowpipe and you go and get your fang, which maybe you got spooned a fang on your Lightbearer grind initially, hopefully. This one surprised me, but they want you to take your fang to Hydra next. At least that's what everyone has gathered. I was surprised. Do we think, is fang actually faster than Bowfa at Hydra?
No. Maybe. Depends on your
But
stats and gear.
They say it is. So yeah, you take your fang to Hydra, and you get your ferocious gloves, and maybe you spoon a claw as well. And then you're going to take your ferocious gloves, and go to chambers, and you're gonna get rigor, and you're gonna get augury. So this alone could be 100 hours or more. I got lucky with augury, but I still need rigor, and the reason you need rigor is for the very next step, which is the infernal cape.
Yeah, would recommend this for sure.
Yeah.
Rigor helps a lot in Inferno, especially your first cape.
Yep. And rigor is the best single upgrade you can get to your range gear, except for like Tebow, Mega Rare. But also for mains, spend the money, buy rigor. It's so good.
Spend the money, buy the infernal cape.
Hey, whoa.
Whoa.
I know a guy.
And I want to welcome our guest, Pink Clay, here. No. Go get your infernal cape, and I need to take my own advice. But first, I need rigor. Once you get your infernal cape, you're finally ready to go back to Yama. You've already done 100 KC now, but now it's time to get the full oath plate, baby. You're going to look cool, and you're going to have the best slash bonus in the game. And you take that slash bonus, your oath plate, and you go to Vardorvis and get your Ultor ring. So what are you attacking Vardorvis with here? Because it doesn't have the Halley. Do you use Fang? That's not good slash. Or you're whipping. You're probably using the Abyssal Tentacle.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting.
So you want to go get your Ultor, and then you can take that to Colosseum to get your Quiver, and Ultor and Slash are used at Soul. So that boss fight becomes a little bit shorter. You don't have to be perfect for as long. But again, most people, I don't know, do you guys think this one's reasonable?
Yeah, I think Oathblade is something you want to get before you really start to properly grind. Maybe not Quiver. You can get Quiver first, but I think you want Oathblade before you start to grind the raids, because it's a serious upgrade.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, and
especially before you start grinding Tob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing Colosseum, I mean, you could use Mage, you could Iac probably a lot of it, or you can Bowfa it, or you can melee it. Probably would be the, like this says, the most efficient. But
obviously you're probably just gonna Bowfa or Iac your first kill.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just for the soul fight.
Yeah, but you don't need it.
That's how I see it. But no, you don't.
No.
You certainly don't need it. So once you get your Quiver, you are going to go sit at Tob until you get Scythe.
Oh yeah, just casually just go sit until you get a Scythe. It's fine.
Just stay till you
this
get
one
Scythe.
Makes no
It's that
sense.
easy.
This one makes no sense to me, because a Scythe is like basically useless at all of the following bosses except Chambers.
This is actually new. They have adjusted this. The shadow used to be right here, but the oath plate mixed everything up, I guess.
I think Scythe is really good, obviously. It's probably because they want you to get a Scythe to get a Magus ring, but it's like so niche, dude. That's the only reason I can see it being there.
That makes sense.
But realistically, the Scythe is probably the weakest of the 3 mega rares. Or at least, maybe
what
not
most people get
not
last.
weakest, but certainly the one that you need the least. Yeah, the one people get last. Or if you get spooned, it's expensive to run, but still a great item. But it's good at the niche bosses. That's the thing.
Yeah. Okay. That actually surprised me. I didn't know Scythe was right there, or we were sneaking up on it. That's funny. And then guess what you do after your Scythe? You go back to Hydra to get your Claw. So I guess you're Scythe and Hydra, which is crazy.
It's hilarious.
So again, and you're getting your Claw for your Dragon Hunter Lance, of course, way after you get your Chambers Prayers, which to me seems, if you get lucky, it's one thing, but to intentionally do that's interesting. I don't know. I got a little spin on my claw. I got like 750 and 7,000. So, love to see that. Hope your grind is nice to you, Poplo. Heartless, when did you get your claw?
You.
Didn't you get it?
I got the claw, the pet, and the leather on my first task.
Holy shit!
What?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know, it feels good, dude.
I bet it does.
So, then you have your lance, and now you go back to Toa. What am I missing here? Why would you go to Toa for Magus and Shadow?
Because
Magus doesn't come from Toa.
Shadow's crazy at
For Shadow.
Shadow's crazy.
Shadow's just good at Chambers.
It's good at Chambers. So you
okay.
If you're gonna like we're about to
maybe
see,
prayer.
if you're gonna commit yourself to about 1,500 chambers to get all the next items, then you probably should have a Shadow because it's better than an Eye of Ike. Not by an enormous margin, but it's better. So you may as well have it in this chart.
Yeah.
Anyways. But,
I guess I was thrown off by the lance there, but I guess you go to lance, you get Hydra, some prayer, crap like that, and then you can go get your Magus ring with your new scythe, and then you can go to Toa, for the Shadow. The Magus and Shadow are on the same.
Wait,
row.
that's really interesting because wouldn't you, if you had a scythe, you wouldn't need a lance for Ulm. You would use scythe, right?
Unless you're soloing, they're probably assuming you're soloing.
Yeah, but if you're soloing, I mean, you should. If you're being efficient, like this guide says, you should still.
This whole section is basically trolling from this chart, in my opinion.
It's like go do the raids and get the mega rares, and
that's what it's saying. Do the raids, get the rares, get all the other stuff as well.
Yeah,
and then when you're done, get an imbued heart and full Torva.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll close it out here. So you take your Shadow and Magus ring, and you go to Chambers. Chambers, the only uniques, they say matter are Full Ancestral, T-Bow, Dragon Claws, and your Elder Maw. And then you take those Chambers uniques to Toa. You go back to Toa, and you get Full Masori if you haven't completed it, and a ward if you haven't gotten a ward for some reason, somehow. Then you take your Toa uniques, you get your Imbued Heart, and your Venator Bow. So go back to Muspa, and then make it Saturated Heart, of course. And then you can finally get your Master CAs. I would say most people probably would get Masters before that, but Master CAs, and then the end game is Full Torva, CCB, Zerite Vambraces from Nex. And that is the end of the chart.
Crazy.
So yeah.
What do you guys
just covered a lot? Where would you guys would you put the Venator Bow before the quiver?
No.
Or that's kind of trolling too, isn't it?
I don't think you need a Venator. Venator Bow is really great when you're doing.
That's for the heart grind.
It's for the heart grind, yeah. It's really good.
Solely.
Venator Bow tasks, yeah.
It's good for tutorial skipping, which you'll be doing when you're going for the heart grind. And like revs and stuff. But yeah, there's none of the. I think I generally agree with the chart's rough placement of items. I think it's kind of troll and not realistic for any normal human being to follow this exact progression chart. But it gives you at least gives you a rough idea of what you should be working on at any given time, or at least a few things you can work on.
Yeah.
I think the creators would agree. But the problem is when you debate upgrades and stuff, you kind of have to focus on the most efficient. Otherwise, any of your debate gets like mired in all of these like what ifs scenarios. So that is why a lot of RuneScape debates are talking about peak efficiency, like EHB, EHC, EHP, because you have to have an agreed baseline. What's the baseline? Well, the most maximum, the cap. Let's talk about the cap. Because then it's like, well, I'm not that good. I can't do this. I'm like, well, we can't base it off of how good you are for everyone else,
Yeah. But like, if you were to boil this down, I said it before, but in my opinion, it would be like all the early game stuff, get your quest done, get your Barrows Gloves, blah, blah, blah. Do your Slayer. Go to Tormented Demons. Get all that stuff done. So all your weapons. Get your Bowfa. Go to Doom, get your Eye. And then boom, you can basically do whatever you want. From there on. I mean, that's a lot of grinding along the way, but that's like the rough PVM pipeline. And then from there, you could be like hyper efficient and go like Oathplate Scythe, or you could start doing chambers with all your eyes up, and then just kind of see where the purples land, and then let that take you where your account's going to go. Because everyone's going to have a different progression path when they start pulling their items.
Yeah. Poplo, any closing thoughts?
Nope. I just echo what Heartless said. If anybody wants to check it out, then you can go to ladlorchart.com, LADLOR chart.com. And I would just...
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I'm probably gonna use this just for like what's next. Like there's a lot of decision paralysis kind of in the mid game of like there's so many things you can go for. And so if you're just like wondering what's next, like this is maybe just a good guideline of like, oh yeah, eventually I want to get this, so I should go for this until you get there. But overall, I agree with Heartless. There's a couple, like, I don't know, 3 maybe steps kind of to early, mid, and late game.
Wait, what do you think?
Yeah.
Because you're like religiously following, not religiously, but you're following this chart roughly, right?
Yeah, this chart is why I'm doing Voidwaker.
Okay.
I love this. I wish I found it earlier. Because I get a lot of FOMO if I find out. Well, I'm a weird guy. We all know that. Sometimes I do things very inefficient, but I do it intentionally because I want to get that thing. Like the Mage's book. I wanted it. I like books. Now
like
it's
books,
actually
the tome
efficient,
guy.
But yeah,
Tome guy.
big tome guy. Got them all. But I don't like asking a question to 2 people, like what should I get next, and getting 2 different answers, because I'm like new to the game, not anymore, but you know, at the time I'm like new, I'm trying to figure out what should I do? Just give me directions. It's like you start a new job, it's like what should I do? It's like I don't know, just like you want direction sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this offers that, and it lets you know what you're doing is efficient, so you're not going to have FOMO of, well, shoot, I shouldn't be going for this. I'm not in a position to like be able to do it yet. But it also obviously allows freedom to jump around, and you can skip. Like, I don't want to do Doom. I'm not ready. You can, skip. If you're unlucky on the treads, you can skip that for a little bit and work on other stuff.
It's a big shout, Hoyt, because this doesn't really account for your skill level. So if you're not ready for certain grinds, like for example, Chambers is way easier to do in groups than Doom. So
or Bowfa before a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Bowfa is really early. I mean, you might not be ready for that. You might have like all your Zenites done. You might have a Voidwaker before you get your Bowfa, and that's totally fine. But so it doesn't quite account for skill level, which is a big thing in RuneScape too that you have to think about.
Yeah, it's a guide. Just remember, it's called a guide for a reason. It's not called like a authoritarian, like an authority figure. You have to do it.
It's not the Bible.
So, yeah. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. I know this episode's been quite long compared to our usual ones. I do have a really quick little chest room segment, so we can see you guys right after a short break. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Sweet. Sounds great.
All right, we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back, and welcome to the chest room. I did that again last week.
Welcome back for the third time.
Sense. Yeah.
This episode.
So last week we had 40 IQ, so we kind of skipped a week. So it is again my turn, and as you all know me, I do have a short, quick little game. So Heartless and Poplo, are you familiar with The Price is Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Okay, so for our viewers...
Oh, you definitely... this was my next one. I was going to do Price is Right. You pinched it from me. You bastard. I even had it ready to go.
Really?
Hoyt's a thief. 99 thieving. Oh my god.
No, you're going to know everything if you already looked things up.
Yeah, dude, come on. I know prices. I'm a price beast.
Well,
I'm just going to pretend that I'm home sick from school. I'm laying on the couch, not feeling super great.
This actually isn't
Bob Barker
isn't prices.
Wait,
but
okay.
Oh. I'll reveal it in a second.
Okay.
For anyone who's not totally familiar or don't remember like how to play it, so you have to guess the the number or of the thing I'm mentioning, but you cannot go over. So if I'm thinking of something that is 100, Poplo says 13, Heartless says 101. It's not who's closest, it's who's closest without going over. So Poplo would win with only 13, even though Heartless is only one away. So closest to the number without going over, and we're doing drop rates.
Oh.
Because Heartless is an Iron Man. He's not using the GE every day. He doesn't care about value as much. I wanted to level the playing ground.
I like this.
So this is drop rates. I am going to make it quick. Got 10 questions, and if you're both 5 and 5, we'll do a tiebreaker. So first off, we got to establish who's going to go first. There's a bit of an advantage. So gentlemen, I'm thinking of a number. I want you guys to guess the number. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll count down.
Wait. Any number?
There's also an advantage to this.
Any number. Oh, sorry.
Or do we have
1 through 10? 1 through 10. Yeah.
I think you have any number.
100. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sure.
1 through 10. All right. So shout it out after I count down. All right. 3, 2, 1.
3.
5.
It was 4. You guys suck.
Well, wait, I didn't go over.
Didn't go over. Okay, so we're gonna go with Poplo.
Let Poplo go first. He needs the
That's
advantage.
1 point for Poplo.
Means,
1 point.
Poplo, do you want to go first or second?
I'll start. It's fine. We'll just switch, right? We'll switch it around. Call it
so, I'm gonna ask Poplo first. Poplo, what is the drop rate from a purple chest for the Twisted Bow?
Just whatever it is.
Yeah, so don't think about how many KC on average, right? Think about the chest itself.
Okay. Is this regular chambers or it doesn't matter?
It looked like the chest had the same rate for this drop table.
Okay, sorry. Last question. Is it like per purple or per raid? Like purple weighting or like
just
if you complete the raid?
So if you pull a chest, what's the chances
no,
are?
Just from the chest. Like
so
the chest has its own. Some drops are 1 and 2, some are 1 and 3.
Oh, okay.
Some are 1 and 5.
1 in 50.
Okay. You said 50. Heartless, what's your guess?
Oh, that's a shame, Poplo. It's 1 in 34. I know this one.
Heartless is correct. It's 1 in 34.5.
Oh no.
Yeah. Did you know that there was a
so wait,
system?
what would
Poplo or no?
Did I?
I thought it was 2%.
No, it's higher than that. But there's a system basically. If you roll a purple, then you roll what purple it is, and there's like a whole sub classification of drop rates.
Well, I know that, but I thought
the other ones will be a little more straightforward.
Jangerberry from a Kurask. Okay.
I just thought it was
No.
if you roll a purple, it's a 2% chance of it being a T-bow.
No, it's more than that.
Oh, well, that's nice.
It's 1 in 34.
Okay. Today I learned.
So wait, it's 2.89, so you weren't off that far.
Yeah, it's low.
It's more like 1 in 3%. So wait, genuine question, what would happen if you were both over the number? No one gets the point?
I don't know, it's your game, Hoyt. Don't ask us.
Well, I'm gonna go with that. I don't watch prices, right? So I'm gonna go with that. If you're both over, then I've got a big list here, so we're good. All right, so Heartless has 1 point, and Poplo started. So Heartless, you're up first for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Drop rate of Bandos Tacets from General Grardor. Just General Grardor.
1 in
specifically Bandos Tacets.
It's 1 in 381.
Okay, Poplo.
That's pretty close. Can I do some calculations?
Sure.
What kind of calculations do you need to do?
Should
I go 1 above Heartless or 1 below him?
Wait, what did you say?
Their calculation.
384.
He said.
Don't tell him what I said. He heard.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, unfortunately, Heartless was exactly correct. You might have the wiki up in front.
I don't. I'm telling you, I'm always on the wiki. I'm obsessed with drop rates, Hoyt. You should have made it prices.
Yeah. That one was a little easier, but it's okay. It's okay. Some of these are supposed to be good. So 1 in 381. Heartless was correct. So Heartless now has 2 points. Over to Poplo, starting this next one out. The Leviathan's Lure.
Poplo, you're screwed. Good luck.
This is not good. One in Leviathan's Lure.
Soul Reaper Axe Piece.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Leviathan.
Let's say 512.
Okay, Heartless.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go for the exact because I know I know
Yeah.
Poplo's in huge trouble.
You got a
already.
streak now.
I am.
You
One
got
in
two.
762 is my guess.
1 in 768.
Okay, I was close.
Wow, you're a beast.
Heartless still very,
Remember,
very well done.
That's remember it's the same as drop rate as the eye, which I went crazy dry for. So I was always on the wiki.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay. This one, I'll be impressed if you get this one. So Heartless has 3 points. Back to Heartless to start. The Elven Signet from Crystal Emplings.
Oh, God.
I don't even know where to start.
Oh.
I'm gonna start with whatever Heartless.
I'm
said.
guessing. I think 100, 1 in 112 is my guess. For some reason,
Okay.
that rings a bell.
Poplo.
I remember looking it up,
Crystal
but it's been a
Signet.
long time.
From Crystal Imps, is that what you said?
Yeah,
I
it's rare.
feel like it's not. Eh.
Well, he's your
Fine.
opponent. Don't listen to what
Making
he
him
says.
second guess himself. Maybe I'm wrong, actually. There's a bit of tactics in this
It's
one.
really rare.
It's really rare. Yeah.
Let's say 1 in 150 sounds like a nice round number.
Oh, Poplo.
It is 1 in 128.
Oh, I knew it was high. I knew it was over
Heartless.
100.
Dang.
Heartless with the 4th point.
Poplo, this is
That's
not
right.
this is not looking good for you.
No, it's not.
Dude, the amount when you're
Tell
an
me you
Iron
got
Man,
some pet rates on here, right?
Since you have to go for every item, you just end up like scouring the wiki, be like, am I dry yet? So
Mhm.
you just
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
them all.
Yeah.
You just
Can I
remember them
complain?
all.
Can I
Can I complain?
Yep. All right. So this one goes back to Poplo. The Dragon Pick from KQ.
Oof.
Dragon Pick from KQ.
Kind of a recent addition, maybe 2 years ago.
I want to say like 1 in 300. I think Dragon 2H is more common.
Okay. 1 in 300. Heartless.
Oh no, it's got to be higher than that because that's what it is from the bosses. This was new. I didn't get it from KQ, so I'm not sure. I'll guess 1 in 400. I still think
Fuck off.
I think it's maybe higher.
It's 1 in 400.
Is it actually?
He
One-
got it?
Okay,
Yeah.
there's no
Oh
way.
my
Damn it,
god,
Heartless.
dude.
Oh.
He's cooking.
I
The
just guessed. I
queen's
guessed on that one. I hard
cooking.
guessed. I never went for it from that boss.
Oh my god.
Holy
dude.
My gut was telling me to go for 1 in 1500, but I think that would be it. I think that was the old KBD rate, and then they nerfed it. Right? They made it easier. I can't remember.
I don't know. I personally thought it was like 512 or something.
Well,
400 surprise.
This was a fun game for me.
I don't know any drop
Yeah.
rates.
We should do the bonuses for fun. Come on.
Yeah, keep
Yeah, we
going.
will, we will.
Let Poplo go.
Heartless
Let me
has,
get one.
has 5 points.
Wait,
but
wait. This
let's-
ain't over. I can
I
still
believe
get
it.
5. Hold
Yeah,
up.
that's true. I believe.
Yeah,
We're not done.
I believe.
We're not done.
All right. So Poplo went first on that. So now it's Heartless. The Treasonous Ring from Spindle.
Ooh, 1 in
Treasonous
1 in
ring.
768.
Okay, 1 in 768.
700.
Poplo.
Very specific, Poplo. Do you trust me?
Well, I don't trust you that that's the actual number. But I feel like you might be high.
Yeah, might be a little bit lower than that. There's an opening for you.
I'm like, well, I either say 769 or I say 1. Higher or lower?
The
The 1 in
gamesman, the
800?
gamesmanship from Poplo. He's figured out how to play the game.
Like, is it?
He's second guessing everything now.
I am.
I'm quick with the answers, whether
He
they're
only
right
knows
or
pet
wrong.
rates.
Yeah, he's strictly.
Hold on,
pet
I'm doing
guy.
more calculations here.
How? What are you
He only
calculating? I
knows-
don't even
Just hold on,
understand.
If it's He's staying there for 3,000 or 5,000 kills either way, so he doesn't care.
Exactly.
He's looking on. He's calculating based on his number of kills he's gotten, how many rings he's dropped on his collection log.
Wait, what did Heartless say? I think
768.
you suck. All right, I'll say less than that. 1 and 1.
No way, he doesn't
100%.
won. It's in the 700s for sure.
I think you might be on.
All right, Poplo's got a big brain. It's 716.
No.
Yes! Let's go.
Well done.
I was
Poplo.
so scared you're gonna say 760 and no one gets a point or something. So
Damn. Okay.
No,
Good-
good
good strat.
comeback. It took me a lot more brain power, but we're
All
back.
right. All
We're on
right,
the board.
so now Poplo's up first. The Glacial Tomotley from Amoxiclatl.
Oh,
Amoxiclatl.
door is open for Poplo.
1 in 50.
Okay, Heartless.
100.
That's 1 in 100.
I know because I haven't got it, and I've done over 100 KC.
Really?
Yeah. This thing is
man.
like I've basically
you
gotten
need
all
them
of
for the
these
CA.
items, so I can like just go back in my memory to when I got them or what the drop rate was.
Yeah. Okay. Heartless, you're up for this one. I might trip you on this.
Okay.
Godsword Shard 1 from Kree. It's the same rate for all 3 shards, but just one specific shard.
Okay. Give me a second.
Godsword
Give me a
Shard
second to
1
think.
from Kree.
No, I know it's rare.
That's pretty common if you ask me.
I think it's more rare from the boss than the minions. Is that right? I'll go in one of them is like 1 in 1500, one of them is like 1 in 700. I'll go with 1 in 760.
Okay.
760.
Poplo?
I
Wait,
think it's
no.
more than
Yeah, it's more. It's got to be more. I think it's 1 in 1500. Rip.
Don't listen to him, Poplo.
My guess is locked in.
He's already made his guess.
I think it's,
Yep.
it's 1 in 1500 for sure. Poplo, go for it.
No,
Do it.
block him
Take
out,
the
Poplo.
glory.
What did you say, 760? I think it's more.
He's
761.
at 60.
No, you bastard.
Oh my god. It's 762.
No way! Is it
Let's
actually?
go.
Okay, oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Poplo,
It's
you.
actually 762.
If only he had gone first on that
Dude.
Dude, I'm glad
His
I didn't
brain
go, like,
is
way
so
higher,
big.
but
one. Dude, I just have a
Oh, his
weird
brain's
memory
so
for this
big.
kind of stuff. I'm telling you, I gotta stream my screen so you know
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
can't
cheating. I'm
believe-
definitely not.
I can't believe. That's crazy. All right,
Alright.
Poplo with the second point. Let's go.
yes.
All right. So, Poplo, you're up next.
Okay.
Zamorakian Spear from Krill. Z Spear from
Oh, come on,
Krill.
Poplo. You gotta
Oh,
know this
128.
one. What do you say? 1 in
128.
128?
Okay. Heartless.
1 in 112.
Is it
It's 1 in 127.
Ah, nicely done.
127.
Oh, see you, Poplo.
No, I went over.
Yeah, dude,
No.
Poplo,
See ya.
you
I
almost
thought
got
at
the
least
one
one
and
in
done.
128.
No, 1 in 127.5.
You almost got the
some
one
shit.
and done.
Oh, I'm so
That was
sad.
close, though. That was really close.
So
Alright.
I've lived my whole life thinking all these drops from God Wars are 1 in 128. My entire life, I've been lied to.
Oh, man.
Well, how about who
Alright,
has
so
more
this
Z
is the,
spears on their log?
You, for sure.
There you go.
I'm just joking.
We do have a 10th final question. Let's get Poplo one more point. Heartless, you're up next. Dragon Chainbody from Thermi.
Oh, fuck me. This is rare, isn't it? This is a tough one, because this... Oh, give me a second.
From Thermi, huh?
Get in his head, Poplo.
One
Start saying
in...
numbers, Poplo.
Sorry, yeah,
think
Poplo,
it's-
start doing what I do, so I
I've
get
got
to
a
find the
ton of
mind games.
them on my way to the pet. I think I
They're
got like
so
112 of them or something, you know?
1 in 1500. I might be way off on this
Okay.
one. This one I actually have no clue. I have no memory of getting a chain body from this boss.
Poplo, he said 1 in 1500.
Oh yeah, I totally know. No idea. I don't think it's that rare. I think like 1 in 1,000.
All right, it's 1 in 2000.
Oh, is it really? I knew it was
Whoa,
rare, but I
it is
wasn't sure. I
rare.
thought I maybe
1 in
overshot.
2000. I thought it was like 1,000 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
all right, that wraps it up. Heartless with the decisive victory, 8-2.
I mean,
Um,
this was
man.
more
You'll
unfair.
get us on the next one.
Next time
Man.
we got to do prices because I feel like I have a huge advantage in
Prices
the
or
drop
pet rates.
Yeah, pet
I've looked up a
rates.
lot of pet rates, but I
Yeah,
scroll
pet
past all the uniques. 'cause
They're all.
I don't
They're all. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
really I know all the pet rates of the bosses that you just asked about.
Well, mine was set for
Heartless probably
prices,
does.
so
Yeah, I just think-
I'll bring my prices one in next time, and it'll be good. Or maybe
Yeah.
I'll surprise you in the future. So with some new items.
Well,
I just don't know the value stuff, but it'd be funny. But Poplo's so rich, he probably doesn't know the value.
Yeah,
either.
that's
He
what I'm
just buys
saying.
it.
He's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
rich.
exactly.
He's not gonna know how much a bucket costs on the GE. Like the guy, he's gonna be cooked.
Yeah,
but
I like
you might
that.
get him. Honestly, you never know.
I might. That sounds fun.
that was a good
I look
one.
forward to
That's
that.
that's what mine's set up as. So I think it's gonna be good. Fun game, Hoyt. Fun game.
Yeah, that's good.
GG's
Well, thank you guys.
Heartless.
This is a juicy. Yeah, GG's.
GG's.
This is a juicy episode. We will see you all in the next one. Hopefully, Jagex releases a bunch of stuff for us to talk about. If you have any ideas for episodes, we're always looking. So throw them in the comments. And for the algorithm, only 30% of you guys were subscribed or following on Spotify. Follow us. That way they put us to more new listeners and we get a bigger community. Everyone wins. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for Poplo. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you all.
See ya.
ya.